haven't done a good enough job of like trying to get the pros to tell us about it. Because otherwise, we're just trying to guess, and you know, we obviously do what we can to keep up. But it's actually very difficult to having a map that almost is based on just like grenade mechanics, and obviously a lot of aim. So we still get the aim to have fun with. Well, we've got the knife round coming up here. It is Hellraisers who end up winning it. And good for them, because they're going to need it. They are playing the last major championship winners here in Envy. And it is a best-of-1 game. And right now, Envy doing pretty well in the league. Starting to definitely get up there.
They're getting there. They're dancing on the edge, right? They've got 7 losses right now. That's really cutting it close when you're looking at like Solo Mid and Fnatic, who are sitting at the very top with 17-3, 14-3. All right, you really want to be keeping it on the low side of the single digits. So Envy, this is again, I think like right now they're just kind of dancing on the edge. If they want to make this land, they have to just maintain it here and just close out the season strong. Just win every map that's remaining here in the group.
Pretty much. We do have another major championship winner here in Schneider, who's been picked up by Hellraisers in a move that very few people probably saw coming. Bit of a strange pickup, but maybe Hellraisers just become like the place where I don't know, ostracized European talent end up.
Highly possible. Okay, let's see how it breaks down here already. Schneider doing some work, taking out NBK, who went in first off that plateau. Straight rush onto the B site, guys. No subtlety here. Schneider still alive at the back, and he will get caught in the end. So after Schneider's initial struggle, or at least his initial shot, they get literally nothing, Hellraisers. They get mobbed.
Yeah, Kenny with the triple kill, and was really, really unfortunate, but kind of cool anyway. See if I can. Can I draw on this minimap? I don't know. I'm never quite sure how that works. Maybe later on I can. Either way, Kiyoshima, he managed to run into a corner over at that B bomb site just when Schneider peeked out from the chicken coop. I think Mo was yelling at over at Reddit or something.
Coop? Yeah.
Chicken
it's
coop.
Hen house.
Chicken coop.
It's hen house.
All right. Well, either way,
I mean, Mo should know he's a hen, right?
Kiyoshima managed to actually hide in a corner that meant that Schneider couldn't see a thing when he peeked back out again. So that was very unfortunate. Now it's down to Nova shotgun on Oscar and mostly pistols. No armor, actually 3 deals and no armor at all on Hellraisers. But Schneider will open up with the first shot there. Angel going to get shot in the back by Happy. We'll see if Happy can do a little bit more here. Clicking away Kucher as well. Wants to walk in. Schneider is over here with the deagle in hand, but seems like he's going to be missing most of the, if not all of the shots here. So
scary. And there it is, the tag and the kill. Schneider with 2, just holding his own. Neither of them hitting any shots. Happy not connecting once with Schneider, despite him having an AK. And Oscar with the Nova misses his first shot, and that's the only chance he's going to get. Apex wipes him out, and the remaining 3 members for Envy just moving up steadily onto that A site. Will get the bomb plant. They don't really have the best guns to deal with this, but it's not the end of the world for them. Get that bomb plant, get that round. AK is going to get saved by Stuco, though. And where did Schneider get his first kill? I thought that was on Plateau as well, right?
I think it was. There was someone else sneaking out there. Well, obviously, must have been Kiyoshima, but
so maybe he didn't have a gun if they are only finding the single AK.
It sounds like Envy have just the one AK and then a bunch of submachine guns. It's a shame that that Oscar got caught in that crossfire, or he was sort of flanked from both sides there, because you knew once he missed a shot and he had no body armor, he was going to be dead. Like those SMGs and the aim punch were obviously going to wreck him. So second round going in favor of Envy.
Time to go for the wall bang into the. Oh, yep. Oh, they hit him in the end. They hit him in the end, Anders. It was close. They actually go for the wall bang into the porta potty. Sounds like a messy thing, but the man lives, and then it's full deagles across the board. Come on, Oscar.
You know
Oscar,
what
join the party.
You know what it would have been, though? It would have been like full Game of Thrones style. I mean, to get killed on the... I mean, it's not a crossbow, but still do the trick, I'm sure.
Hey, guys, this is my Taewon impression.
Exactly. All right, well, 2 MAC-10s, 1 MP7 still in play, and armor only on Stikos here. I think he picked it up for the AK to see if he could do a little bit more damage. They do have a pretty good stack going on, including some grenades. Look at the damage being put out here to Envy. Schneider gonna pick up 1 kill. Kiyoshima trying to return, and actually doing a good job here with a double kill. That's a bit of a shame for Hellraisers, considering the huge stack they had in that bomb site.
Holy hell, all right. Oscar does manage to lurk his way in close, though, so he might actually be able to catch somebody off guard here. There is somebody who's very low. That's Kenny. He's only got 8 HP. So if Oscar could find Kenny, Kenny's actually going to be the next man running in here. Easy kill, and he only gets the MAC-10. So that's a little unfortunate for him. Not the best gun, unless he can get a kill here. Wow, Oscar really bringing it back. He actually gets another one. This is like 2 kills, $900 extra going into his pocket on top of the round loss bonus.
Yeah, so very cool. I mean, making the most of it and making Envy sweat maybe a little bit. Obviously, never going to win the round. but not too bad either. So 3-0 in favor of Envy, and we'll see what Oscar can do with what he has here. Is he going to pick up, one grenade as well? He's like a scavenger at this point, you know.
Those 2 kills, that's a full set of nades now that he gets for free, pretty much. Really nicely done. So now he's going to be able to afford to get whatever he wants, and it's going to be an AWP. So
solid choice.
Yeah, fully equipped, no problems, and the rest of the team actually managed to get at least a couple of the essential nades. I see some incendiaries and some flashes, so they should be able to deal with reasonable nade count on Schneider. Actually, he's got a full set. So now it comes down to whether they can actually get the job done here, Envy versus a team on the CT side at least that have a good nade count to deal with them. And there we go, first incendiary used, and the follow-up flash.
Good job, Kenny, returning these kills here. I mean, that's a favorable trade for the terrorist side, but Happy going down is a big problem. That loses control a little bit here of the center of the map. Apex in a fight as well. He's going to win it against Kucher, and now it's back to a 2 versus 2. Oscar holding on one side, and Stiko obviously trying to be on the side itself. Going to land the 1 headshot here. Now it's all on Kenny for the quad kill to win the round.
And he knows, hits that shot. He knew exactly where Oscar was playing from. Flash out into the open, makes the jump, and he's actually going to try and make the run for the A site. He's got the angle as well, so if Stiko tries to push through connector behind him aggressively, he could take him out fairly easily. But now, Kenny, great choice on his part, actually makes the run. He's going to be able to get the bomb plant for free, plants it in the open as well. So if he's quick enough to get across here, he can actually hold this AWP. With this AWP, he's got a great angle to hold this bomb now.
Stiko, he has no idea. Like, how could he possibly guess that he'd be all the way back here? He actually lakes him first. Still going to be very tough. He's got the Tech 9 as well. Kenny has a huge chance of winning. Will end up doing it. The quad kill, 1 versus 2 clutch here at the end. And that's going to be Envy winning the round. And, I mean, for Hellraisers, that has to be a little bit hard to swallow.
Yeah. I'm just trying to imagine right now what's going through Schneider's head. Like, are they? We have to find out, Anders. We have to go and talk to them now and just be like, okay, so the communication on the team, how does it work? Do they speak English? I mean, they must be speaking a little bit of English for you to figure out what you need to be doing, or unless it's a very fixed position that you're playing, so you just kind of know what to do. Very odd. I mean, he's still sitting on 5 frags right now, Schneider, so he's going toe-to-toe with Envy. It's the rest of his team now that need to wake up.
Right, but that could also very well be a result of Schneider just simply, as you almost said, like just playing on his own. When you're playing on your own, it's the easiest thing in the world to bait your teammates into getting kills. I'm not necessarily saying that Schneider's doing that sort of intentionally, but you know, if you can't communicate with them, how are you essentially gonna not bait them? You either try and sacrifice yourself for them, but if you haven't communicated that you're sacrificing yourself, then it's not much of a sacrifice. Whereas if you wait for them to get shot first, then you get the kills, and then I think it's been sort of well demonstrated at this point that looking just at the scoreboard is a very bad way to figure out who's playing well. But sometimes it gives an indication, like Kenny being 9, 0, and 1, definitely doing a pretty good job right now. Conversely, Envy hasn't killed anyone yet, but then they haven't lost a round yet, so he hasn't really needed to.
Yeah, he's been kind of. It seems like he's kind of been the first man in every time as well. Yeah. So
don't be deceived by the scoreboard. That's what we're trying to say here.
You have to look. What's the context?
Yeah.
Of the frags.
Do some analysis.
To quote the dunk.
Well, Oscar is down there, and he could have stuck around and tried to fight a little bit, but because they don't have control of middle too much either, they sort of felt like that wasn't going to be a good idea. They've got a good stack right now on the bomb site, and Apex is setting up for a smoke. It's going to land somewhere over by the doors, and it looks like they've got one further back for the SWAT truck as well, so good setup right here. Flashbang goes into the middle, and Apex, I think he actually stuck that submachine gun into Stiko's mouth and ended up killing him with it. Oscar doing good work here for the 1, for the 2, gets a headshot on Kiyoshima, and it's going to be a nice triple here. Finally, something working out for Hellraisers.
What a round from him. Oscar single-handedly making up for that whole situation. 1v3 basically, lines it up, and he keeps cool. Sometimes you'll have these operas, they take that shot, they try and force it, they take it a little bit too quick. But we see there with that 3rd one, he was able to just slow down, line up the shot, bam, get the job done before he was taken out. That was really nice work there by Oscar. That's the kind of firepower that Hellraisers really need as well. So the fact that this guy, he's just joined up with the team now for a couple months, and he's already showing that he can go toe-to-toe with some of the best in the world, that's very uplifting news there for Hellraisers.
Yeah, it seems like Oscar is like a more balanced version of Simple, you know? It's like he's not shooting quite as hard, but he's also a little bit more sociable maybe, like, you know, just
more balanced than simple.
You
right?
can
Yeah.
you can have him in a team for more than a week, basically, is what we're trying to say. That can be a really big advantage sometimes. 7th round is coming up, and the Orps are still all in play. Envy, obviously, not with the best economy, because they did actually suffer a lot in the first 3 rounds, but now they're doing trying to get back into it here. Angel already down to 17 health, trying to walk through the smoke, and the rest of Envy, they're sort of still making an approach towards the A-bomb site near Oscar. Going to try and see if he can take the shot. He missed the last time. This time, he doesn't even get away, and that's obviously a big problem.
They work so well together. That 1-2 combination between Apex and Kenny. One guy comes around the corner. Kenny's there to take the shot, make sure that his teammate stays alive. Apex might get caught out in the open here, though, and yeah, crossfire established. NBK does remove Schneider from the balcony, so NBK's on the board, but then Kenny gets taken out as well. So now, man advantage here for Envy. The Lurker, Happy, is going to find Kucher, so Drop is vulnerable now. Angel has to worry about getting flanked, and that's exactly what he's going to be looking for here. Is Happy going to be coming off a plateau? That flash should give it away, and an easy kill there for Angel, but still, 1v2. He's on the other side of the map. He doesn't have any money. It's almost a situation where he should just be backing off to save, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Right, so the 4 people that are pushing A, they split through going through the hallways and going through the middle of the map, which is a good idea, just to no reason to put everyone out on the same exact choke point. But then having Happy lurk behind like that is so effective because it works. I mean, this time he sort of stops them from even trying to reinforce the bomb site. They have to stick around and wait for him. If they try, then he's shooting in the back. If they ever go for a defuse, then, you know, he's going to be in a position to still flank around there. So it's just a very, very smart idea to have that one guy lurking back there.
That's what makes these god tier teams so strong, is that they don't need to be all 5 to run in and take a site. They actually have fraggers that hit so hard that you could just leave it to 4 guys, and it's fine. They'll be able to take care of that job. That seems to be one of the new stronger metas on the T side, at least. You know, you have that death squad that just roams around and just annihilates everything it runs into. This time around, it's going to be more of a group effort.
It's so unfortunate because Angel doing a really good job there, but the fact that he's instantly returned is obviously a really big problem now. Happy trying to pick up a kill there, get the one on Kucher. Schneider not hitting the shots down on that bomb site, ends up getting killed for it. Stico though, very close here with a 5-7 in hand. Happy is going to be gone. Oscar is trading up his shotgun for an AK. You got 2 versus 2 right now. If they get a quick kill in here, even without the defuse kit, they could make it, but this boost around here, it might be costing them a little bit too much time.
That's clever. They might be able to catch Kenny off guard. Steps, though, might give it away. Kenny, he spotted the man, and now Stico trying to lend a hand. Crossfire's there. They just can't seem to kill this guy. The HE is going to sail in and go too far. And Kenny's still here. What is this? How is he still alive?
I don't think there's any reasonable explanation for that would be the case. Stico going to get shot in the back as well, and Kenny, 3 health, running away, and actually it's Kiyoshima going down. That's ridiculous. Like, look how little space there is behind this box. I mean, you can understand the problem. He's getting shot from one side and the other, and still makes it out. Some sort of magician.
Ludicrous. So it puts him up at 12 frags as well. I just like it. He's just like, I'm out. He's at 3 HP. I'm out of here. Keo, thanks for...
Yeah, you're going to have to deal with this on your own, Kiyoshima.
Yeah, thanks for your sacrifice, Keo.
So maybe I mean, they do have their coach with them here at Hellraiser, so maybe could it be some sort of timeout?
Tactical pause, maybe?
Trying to see, all right, Happy.
We got one guy dropping, yes, okay.
I was going to say maybe it could have been like, you know, Hellraiser trying to teach Schneider a bit of...
I don't think that they're not in the... Wait a second.
What?
Oh yeah, so they are speaking English apparently on Hellraisers as well.
I mean, you have to assume that would be the case.
There's no other, I don't, unless somehow Schneider learned Ukrainian overnight and I wasn't aware of it. It's not going to happen.
I would certainly, I would respect that. I think that would be cool. But it's unlikely. Maybe he's been playing matchmaking and he's already introduced to like some of the words. Mm-hmm. You know, not the ones I think you'd want to communicate to your team, but still, there's a chance right there.
What is Vincent on about?
Tell me.
I don't know. He's just like, it's us, it's us. Oh, right, because right, okay. I get it now. I get it now, Vincent.
Well, speaking of Vincent, he's no longer on the server. Did he disconnect to go and write on Twitter? Is that what's going on there?
I think that's exactly what had to happen here, man. I mean, regarding... Unfortunately, right now regarding this match, there isn't a whole lot to go on about, just because when it comes down to straight fragging, it just seems like the guys who are able to land the shots just happen to be French.
Yeah, pretty much at this point. I mean, there's not a lot to say. We need Hellraisers to step it up here and show us something a bit more. Right now, Schneider in the B-bomb side. Oscar had that one good round with the triple, but those also account for, more than 50% of his kills. So 9 rounds into the game, we need more. We just need more right now for the Hellraisers team. They've been trying, but I mean, look at the refrag power on Envy. That's the other problem, right? Every time they go for like a quick play here, Hellraisers, they try and fight them early on, which I really like. I actually like the idea of trying to fight people when the terrorists already. I for a long time have wondered if it's not possible to try and block off this entrance as opposed to this one over here, right? Because if you could push this is obviously a huge choke point, right? So if it's somehow possible to push people back here, then maybe you'd have an easier time with the CT side. Seems like Hellraisers are trying to take a really early fight. And I talked to Threat about this before he went to Japan and left all of us. I haven't really gotten all of that yet, Threat, by the way. But
Traitor. Yeah,
definitely a traitor. But he said his team had tried it at the time and hadn't had like too much success with the Team ESEA, right? Hadn't had too much success with it. They felt like they could maybe take this choke point, but the problem would quickly become that
how do you hold it?
Yeah, how do you hold it, right? Because there's still the drop back here. So obviously, if you lose control of drop, but you have that point up there, you're going to be in a weird position anyway. So yeah, I can understand why, but that would be one of the fun things.
Actually, like if you lost control of drop, you'd actually have to worry about getting caught in a pincer of your own making at that point.
Yeah,
you're trying to watch this angle, get out of plateau. Oh wait, they're already onto the site.
I'll show you a grenade that I really wanted to throw that I'm almost 100% sure it can't be thrown. So if somebody figures it out, then I'd be very interested, very curious. I wanted to throw a Molotov that sort of like, I thought maybe you could like get an angle from in here that would allow it to sort of be bounced up and hit this wall and then back down here. Because if you could land a Molotov in this room, then so many fun things could happen, right? It would be a very cool way to clear out this room. But the angles just don't quite work. I wish that they did somehow, but I can't.
Is this where we have to like reach out to Valve and just be like, "Hey guys, do you mind tweaking the map just a little bit?"
I have at times thought about, if that was a possibility, if I could write Valve and say, "Hey, this would be very cool if it could work," but at the same time, it would also be a bit weird, I guess.
Well, considering the map is like T-sided, do we want to give more ways to make the life of a CT harder?
Right. So if you had to balance it for the CTs instead, I wonder how that would work exactly.
Because it's tricky enough trying to hold drop as it is, right? So
yeah,
if you can get mollies dropped on you while you're holding this room as well, I think that players like Taz right now, Anders, they're not really happy with you at all for talking about this.
Maybe we could come up with a couple of different ways. I mean, it's all like I'm trying to run through in my mind about like the stuff that I found so far, and it's all like very, very like just like details. It's like small details about how to throw like a really good pop flash that might work some of the time. It's like small stuff like that.
Where have you tried to throw the smoke from though? Like if you could, because are you talking about smoking that choke point or just trying to control it straight up with the fight?
Oh, you mean back here?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like gave up on it after a while. I feel like there are a couple of different ways you could try to do it, but it's like...
Could it happen fast enough where somebody's not going to be able to just run through that smoke without worrying about getting shot in the face?
Well, they could probably run through, like they can get here faster than you can. Like they can get to around this spot, something like that, before you get up on the plateau, right? You can't really stop them from doing that. I mean, even if you put down a smoke or a Molotov, they could ignore that. But the problem is, let's say you did it, but then you put down like fire, like enough Molotovs on this. You could throw like a Molotov here and then another Molotov here, right? And then where would they go? But is it worth spending all that? Like all they have to do to counter that is wait 20 seconds. You know, so exactly. It's like you're not really gaining a hell of a lot for a lot of utilities used that could be used somewhere else. So
I guess you're guaranteeing the anti-rush.
Yeah, it's
even then.
It's just like
a couple of HEs in there.
It's one of those calculations. I think you can never like say 100% it's not worth it. You have to like try it at a pro level to figure it out. And the fact is, a lot of the pro teams are very like not receptive to trying new things at all. Like the
really?
The Counterstrike metagame doesn't evolve by someone just saying, "Hey, let's just try this like completely different thing and we'll go for it." It literally evolves by like, people in practice games suddenly like coming up with like a small variation or a good counter to something that's already established, right? Nobody ever says, I think that's partly down to the fact that the schedule for all these teams is so tight that no one has the time to sit down and say, let me just try and like outthink my opponents like 3 or 4 steps ahead. There's just no time for it. So
no, the prac time is still pretty tight.
yeah, so it has to be like one step at a time. Like you do this, then I find a way to beat that, and so then I'm winning, and then, you know, and that is still like a really fun thing. I love, you know, to see those things evolve. But sometimes it'd be fun. I mean, some of the teams do it every once in a while. Like
you have to wonder how quickly the evolution could happen if there was like a month off.
Yeah, well, I know some teams who have that now. Mouse Sports is one of them soon. I mean, once CEO is done.
Well, let's talk about teams that can have an impact in a tournament.
Oh, you're trying to throw down with my boy God B.
I'm still trying to get over the R-rated horror film that I happened to be tuning into on stream the other night.
Yeah.
Happened at CSGO. It was against some Poles.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
that was.
Still, I would caution.
Oh,
you know.
yeah. How long have you been cautioning me about this?
My boy God B has been spending time at the gym and everything, man. He's going to come after you.
He's going to. Yeah, okay. That's fine, you know.
Yeah, he's got that kebab knife and everything.
On the server.
Don't want to mess with him. Definitely don't. No, I mean, I was super disappointed in Mouse Sports myself at the major tournament. I thought they screwed that up really badly for themselves. But they're one of the teams that actually, after CSGO, do have a lot of time off where they can, you know, spend some time working on things. And they're one of the teams that once got into got past the whole I'm playing global offensive and not 1.6 thing. Once he started picking up, he actually was one of the leaders who actually did bring a lot of things in that people hadn't been doing before.
Sure.
So
the question is why I don't think like your boy got B, he can keep that kebab knife sheath, you know, because I don't think the issue lies with him. Once again, I still think it comes down to his fraggers who need to get their heads in the game at the key times to actually win the maps.
Yeah, because we've seen what happens if Nex, Chris, and Nico are all like going ham. Then they look like a world-class team, but then that almost never happens. Like not all at the same time, right? It's more like Chris and then like a little bit of some other people, and then like Nico and a little bit of a couple of others, you know. So that I agree is definitely the problem, but I guess we'll see. So we're still waiting on an update, everyone, just to figure out what's going on here. Trying to obviously get Happy back on the server.
I just tweeted him.
You just tweeted him saying, get back on here.
So where you at?
Has he replied, or is he completely gone from the internet? All right. Did we find anything to drink in the meantime, Matt? Is that a thing? Yeah, well. Well, in the meantime, I guess we'll give him a couple of minutes here to get back on, because I feel like if we go to a break now, that's going to be the exact time he gets back, isn't it? Like, let's pretend we said we're going to break, and then like within the next 20 seconds, Happy's going to be back on. I can assure you that's how it's going to work.
Well, you know how the French are, right? Fashionably late.
Yeah.
Always.
How does that work? Where does that come from?
Well, you know, it's how you tell time, right? You know, some people have a watch. Right, and they just say, and the watch kind of just says, yeah, sometime around then. You know, it's not accurate in any way. There's actually no numbers on the watch. It's just like, oh, well, it's supposed to be around 3. Perfect. And then he looks at the watch, it's like around 3. Ah, good, I gotta go now. Like that's how it works in a French mind.
Excellent. Well, I know a couple of people are like that who aren't even French, but it's just like it just happens.
It's the best way to mess with a Swede I've found. Yeah. When they're like, hey, let's go do lunch, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, sure. So it's like, oh, okay, you're on your way, and I'm like, yeah, soon. You could just hear, you know, like the twitching and the, you know, like the jitters on the other side. Like, what do you mean by soon? when
I need round integers.
Because, right? But for a Swede, you know, it's like you have lunch. It's at noon. Noon, and that is it. 1, 2, be there. And then I'm just like, yeah, I'll do lunch. And then it's like anywhere between noon and 3. Yeah, that's lunch. That's the lunch time.
At some point, well,
the lunchtime slot, right?
You know, I shouldn't tell you this because you know it's gonna mess with our relationship. But I've got into this mode where if I know that we have like, you know, 20 minutes to be somewhere. I'll just tell you, we have to be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I know. 5 minutes. Because then I know it'll roughly even out to be about 20 minutes anyway.
So you figured out how to counter it.
Yeah. I'm trying to balance it out somehow, you know. But now you know that I probably have to add like an extra 10 minutes or something.
Exactly.
Like 1 minute. It's gonna be
this has turned into a mental joust between the two of us, right? Like.
Yeah. I'm gonna steal your phone and put the clock back. So, yeah, see if
I actually do that with my watch. You know, I try and sometimes just set it randomly, or it's like, yeah, okay, it's supposed to.
I guess put it forward. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You put it forward, but you don't check exactly how far you put it forward. So you know, you just go off your watch, right? You know, you're just like, oh yeah, okay, it's this time, and you know you're maybe a little bit forward, but you don't know how much you are forward, right? So sometimes I try and mess with my head that way.
Yeah, I did that for myself for a while. I said, like, I'll add 5 minutes. So then I'll, you know, if I'm ever in, like, a pinch, I'll be like, oh, I had 5 minutes. Actually, it doesn't work that way. I just automatically calculate the time off, and I'm like, yeah.
That's why you can't know. That's why you can't know what the number is, because that exactly. You're just, there's no point to it.
So you get somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe someone could build an app for this, like the clock randomizer.
How to help people who are constantly fashionably late to things.
That sounds like everybody has to know at least one person who's like that.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, I mean the French nation. That's how it's run.
The whole country. If every French person buys that app, then it's a very good application. Like we could make a lot of money that way.
Done. All right, let's figure it out. Guys, hit us up. We need a developer.
Copyrighted, of course. Copyrighted, of course. Well, happy, still not quite on the server, so you know now I feel like it's definitely true. If we go to a break, then he's gonna appear magically. So he's probably listening to the stream right now. He's just listening and waiting, saying when are they gonna go on a break?
Yeah, he's just like, okay, how far can I push them, right? And now, right about when we're about to flip the table over. Okay, I'll come back now. I guess one thing that we could talk about with the game as well is just the fact that. It's 7-1, and unfortunately, the one round that Hellraisers managed to pick up, well, yeah, it was a couple rounds ago. So they just can't seem to get there. They had 2 big buy rounds. Well, one semi, like they had a buy, but they were light on nades. Then they had a big buy round, and they won that round. But then they lost the round after that. So Hellraisers on the CT side just aren't making their lives any easier for themselves because they never really have the money. We can see they're 2,000 across the board right now.
It's also not exactly encouraging if the one round you win, someone has to get like a sick triple AWP kill, right? Like,
yeah.
You'd want it to be a bit more convincing, but...
We like the highlight reel stuff. Don't get us wrong.
Ooh.
Heyo.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
You guys have no idea what's going on, but we got drinks at the studio.
Tasty beverages.
It's water, really, but still, it'll work. Water.
What? What was that, Anders? You know what I'm reading now? You know, this is all like the
you probably pronounce vitamins as vitamins as well, don't you?
Vitamins, yeah. Because I'm not weird.
All right.
Have you read Dune?
No.
You know, Frank Herbert, like. I'm in the middle of it right now. I've watched the movie like I don't know how many times.
Yeah,
and I feel ashamed because I never actually read the book.
I played the game and everything.
Yeah.
I always actually kind of wanted. I actually always found that universe was very interesting, like with the sandworms and like having to walk in a certain pattern to like not disturb
not attract them. Exactly.
All those things. Like as soon as I hear that, I'm like, I want to learn more about this. Do you watch like the movie called Tremors?
Oh yeah, dude. Classic.
I love that movie. I watch. Actually, it's one of the movies I rewatch every once in a while. I've watched like all of the later ones, and they're all awful. They're really bad. But the first one is amazing.
That had Kevin Bacon in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Tremors was so awesome. Yeah. Right.
It's absolutely no reason to try and remake that film. Just have to enjoy the original
just wait.
one.
Hollywood will get around to it eventually.
Oh yeah, definitely. And they've already done like 2, 3, 4, I think. And I actually think I have watched like all of them in like the vain hope that someone would get it right. If they make a new Starship Troopers, I'll watch it, even though I know it will never be the same.
You can never do that. Never reproduce the original.
Well, the nuts thing is, imagine if somebody did it in like the true quality. They got the original producer back. They got like all the same stuff in there. They made like a real sequel to Starship Troopers. It'd be a huge enterprise. Mm-hmm. Everybody that I've ever talked to who've watched the original Starship Troopers tell me, I wish there was a really good second. I'm just waiting for it. And like no one's getting that wish fulfilled, apparently.
Think of the pressure, man. Think of the pressure if you're the director who has to take on that task. You got a cult following for this movie. Okay, go do the sequel. And by the way, we hope you don't get lynched. You know, like... It's kind of like what happened with Mad Max. I mean, Mad Max, some people hated it. I loved it. The Muslim, I took the Muslim to see it, and he was just like, "Why did you do this, Andrew?" Like somebody like, "I want 2 hours of my life back." I'm like, "Seriously, bro? It was amazing. Witness me." Like, that was such a sick movie. So I mean, that one lived up to it, but like Starship Troopers has got a special place.
I guess Star Wars and the the big one.
Yeah. I'm not that, like, I never got bit by, like, the super hardcore Star Wars bug, you know? Like, I've watched the first 3, like, whole number of times.
Yeah.
But it's not to the point where I'm, like, quoting the movie and, you know, dressing up as a Jedi and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, the level of hardcore.
Yeah, I think for me, Star Wars is like something you can like immerse yourself into, and like you can really enjoy it while you're doing it. But I don't feel like I've never been like quoting Star Wars too much either. It's not in that sense. It's just like a fun fantasy experience.
It is. I mean, dude, this next movie is gonna be sick.
Well, not so much fantasy, more like really hard-hitting reality that NBK was dishing out here, killing 2 of the Hellraisers members. So we finally got Happy back in the game here. Angel and Schneider are still left. 2 versus 5.
Actually, no, we don't have Happy. We have Next.
So we have Next.
We've got Jordan in here. He's the manager, basically flat-out manager for Team Envy, and he'll be the one taking Happy's spot, it looks like.
I think that was Kenny no-scoping Angel there, a little bit mean as well. Schneider lost all his teammates, which is a good thing. Nobody to communicate with, but he still dies. MBK, triple kill. And, you know, obviously for the players, this must be the dream that your manager comes and plays, because then next time he rails on you for like not doing your job properly, or you know, screwing something up, you could be like, remember that one time? Unless he's really good.
Yeah, unless he's really good, or he's just like, that's not my job, bro.
In fact, let's spend all our time looking at Next, just to see.
Sounds good. I'm down. Let's see. He's got a Mac 10 right now, so he's obviously not willing to invest too much in this.
And that's super smart. That means we can't actually judge him, probably.
Exactly.
Because he could always be like, I obviously wasn't even trying. I've literally got the silver Mac 10. What do you expect of me, you know? So if silver plays come out, he's just charging.
Oh, wow. And he just...
Oh.
This is awesome.
Yeah. Definitely going to stay.
We're never going to let him live this
Definitely
down.
going to stay as a manager there. I can tell. And apparently he played in the last Envious Pro League as well. Maybe... Is there a pattern here? Is he trying to, like, root himself out of the managerial role? Oh, no!
What? Oh, Kenny.
Yeah, Apex was very low, but he gets that shot on Oscar. That's unreal now. It's down to a 2 versus 2. Still got plenty of time left here. That grenade gonna go the wrong way. And Kiyoshima, he's trying to hold cover, but he's not the best teammate to have right now. He's got 9 health left.
Yeah, he's in a bit of an exposed spot, so we'll have to see if he can do a Kenny, or if Kenny's just going to decide to... Oh, he nearly hits that shot, the follow-up. That would have been godlike. There's the flash, but Kenny doesn't peek behind it. Now they're just playing for time because Kenny and Kiyoshima are both so very low on single digits of HP. And Stiko, he's just hoping for somebody to make a mistake. He wants somebody to peek him, but they're playing this perfectly, Envy. It's not until Stiko, well, you know, he's looking at the sight that he's going to get caught in the side of the head by Kiyoshima in the end. 14-1 and 3 for Kenny. Kiyo not far behind him. And, you know, even playing 4v5, it looks like Envy aren't feeling the heat too much here.
No, they don't really care, do they? I mean, why would they? With Kenny hitting these kinds of shots, even on a teammate, and they still win the round.
You know, that's really got to be frustrating for them, though, because think about it. They can't afford to lose a single match here if they want to have that spot at the LAN. Like, they're really on the knife's edge. Maybe they can lose one more map, but then after that, it gets really close. Like, they're already right on the edge of not getting a LAN spot here, Envy. So, you know, anything that's going to hurt that, especially against a team like Hellraisers, where this should be a 100% win for Envy, you know, you're not going to be too pleased about.
No, it's true, but they seem to be handling that pressure kind of well right now. You know, they don't seem to be too slowed down by it and too rattled here. Just bringing in Next and continuing on. It's almost no armor here, but a nice shot from Kucha to bring down Apex. A good start for them. Kiyoshima trying to move up on the plateau. Got to be a little bit careful. Angel is right around the corner. And a bit of a flashbang goes in. Schneider looking for the kill. He's going to get the double body shot in. Kiyoshima will take down one, and that's Angel gone from the plateau. That bomb is really far back, though. Someone has to go back and pick it up here.
It looks like that's going to be Next. Big surprise. Actually, no, it's not Next. It's Kiyo who went back to pick it up. My mistake. Next just died.
Nice headshot there from Stiko as well. Kiyoshima. 30 seconds here for the 1 versus 3. If you had a smoke, maybe you could dream of getting the bomb down, but right now it's going to be very difficult. Nice shot on Schneider, though. He's going to move a little bit closer. Still got some time here. Hits the shot on Oscar. Stiko's down behind that rock, and Kiyoshima jumping and shooting. Not the ideal. So you get to look at the kill there. That's going to be now a quad kill. No damage taken at all on Kiyoshima. I have no idea how they didn't manage to put themselves in a better position there, but nice job from Kiyoshima.
How do you let that happen? You have that round in the bag. Okay, well, sometimes unfortunate things happen. That's just life, Anders. Just got to be ready for whatever you meet. And so Hellraisers right now, they're realizing that they all get bodied by Envy no matter how many teammates they have alive. And so Hellraisers are setting up an interesting smoke, actually. Stico, that's a bit of a cool one. Going to be dropping right down. There it is. So they actually go for the choke point smoke.
All right, then. Now, could they accomplish anything by doing it? They even have the Molotovs to rain down, cover the full range here, and well, Kyoshima does burn alive Schneider's Molotov, so they kind of get that control. They don't stick around to actually hold it, so, and over here at the other side of the map, Oscar's going to get found up. You can tell Angel's still just occupying up here. They're not going to try and move up, and now Envy are going to try and get back in and see if they can reclaim that control, so, I don't know, I kind of like it from Hellraiser still. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah, Kenny is there. Once again, he's through that smoke, so he's going to have that long line out to the back of Plateau. Angel's sitting there with 40 HP, so we'll see if he gets flashed in by a teammate. They're very light on it. Kucher does have one flash, though, but it's not going to help Angel. He gets caught in the end by Apex. Kucher tries to get up close. He will go for the spray, but now another well-timed flash actually comes in and basically saves that one teammate there. I believe that was Kenny. NBK catches Stico trying to push through the smoke, and now Schneider in drop. He will win versus NBK, but again, another 1v2 situation here. And this time, it's up to the Swede to clutch it for the CIS team.
Right, and Schneider, I think, trying to play some mind games, but might have ultimately mind gamed himself then. It seemed like that was a bit too elaborate. I kind of understand what he's doing, like running away with the def cam and then, you know, throwing the flashbang, getting back up again, but I don't know, like, there's so much bomb site to check at that point. I feel like if you want to go for it, just run in and try and shoot people. I mean, once you give them a little bit of time, then they're gonna put themselves in a position where you can't root them out, really.
I mean, Schneider's got the aim for that as well.
Yeah.
And then I guess when he realizes Oscar's AWP is over here in Palace, it's not exactly a wrong call to make either on his part, because they're going to be able to buy up some rifles. They wouldn't have been able to afford the AWP, so still, Hellraiser's trying to give themselves the best shot possible to get through this and at least put a second round on the board here before the end of the first half, because we're starting to get close. It's 11-1. Envy just dominating on the T side. Next has actually bought a rifle now, though, so again, following Next. Let's see how he decides to play this. He's going to be setting up for a little bit of pressure here and drop to start. There's the boost, and he spots it, so he does get some information for his team. Now they know that there are two players playing in drop.
Yeah, and a really nice grenade as well, doing some good damage to Kucher and Schneider. Kenny legging Angel, so now they're very low on health here on the Hellraiser side, and quick trade there coming in, MBK revenging, Apex going down, Bombers in the middle still, and Oscar not gonna miss that shot, so now Envy at least has to slow down a little bit. They are also a man down, so see if they can find a way to actually get back into this round. Bomb has been picked up and they're moving their way towards the B bomb site. We've got 3 people stacked, including someone looking right on top of the statue there, so you can actually just see over the platform itself. Not at all a bad idea. Schneider the one to see if he can get a kill on somebody. A smoke goes off for the cross, and Kenny, he doesn't see the boost happen, so he ends up going down.
Yeah, nice shot there from upskirt. So,
yeah.
2v4. Yeah, dude, we're going to make that name stick, Anders. It's going to work. There's the deep flash. Next, going to be taking point, trying to find the shot. He does actually get the kill onto Kucher. Flat out. Doesn't realize that there's a man playing in the smoke, but it looks like he caught on in the end. 2 kills here for Next. He's taking control of the situation. He will get on onto the bomb site, and now, in a 1v2, can the manager clutch it for the Frenchman? Bit of an ugly smoke.
A little bit too far, trying to get this bomb out. Oh, he's getting flanked as well. Not going to happen. Well, he did do more than anybody else on the team here. Ends up running out of time as well. So, not a bad effort, you know. When are we going to see some minus happy plus Next threads?
Well, right, you know, and then what I'm curious about is the main game plan going to be for Hellraisers to find Next in every T-side round for them, right? Like, where is he playing on the map? Find this guy, turn it into a 4v5 every time.
I hope that's the case, and I hope Envy just decides to bait him, just to be like, yeah, he's here, and now let's all just, like, wait with grenades around him.
Oh, nice flashes.
A lot of rush, a lot of speed coming into the bomb site. NBK opening up on the site, killing Angel, and Apex charging through. Envy back to what they do so well, which is this incredibly speedy play on the terrorist side. And you can tell Hellraisers, they just can't keep up. They can't even adjust in time.
They're monsters. That opening shot from NBK, that's just dead on. You can tell he's been doing some actually, he has been doing some DM quite a bit. He's been trying to play a little bit with the M4A1 again, Anders. So,
nice.
You know, we're starting to see that shift. You know, there was obviously the huge shift over to the A4 once the update came through, but slowly but surely the pros, they're starting to work their way back, figure out the new silence gun, because it might as well be a new rifle with how it actually feels.
Yeah, I agree. And I think also just mentally, like, how and when to use it. Like, everyone has to sort of recalibrate themselves. So I'm glad to see that there's been some diversity here lately. Kenny gonna win the fight against Oscar. No AWP save, which also means money reset for the 15th round, which is coming up. Just a pretty awful position here.
It certainly isn't pretty. It certainly isn't pretty. Hey, this is as close as you come to like a dumpster kind of scoreline. We're not done yet, obviously. Hellraisers, they can still put up a fight. Double Nova, triple shotgun.
Getting dumpstered, yeah. The first time I really started hearing people saying that a lot was in Hon.
In Hon, really?
Yeah, remember that? Yeah. I think that was even like a dumpster taunt at the end.
Alright.
I don't know if that's where it originated. That's when I remember people picking it up a lot.
I think it had some like fighting games as well.
Probably been, yeah.
But
so many memes do. Oh, Schneider there winning the fight and Oscar helping out, and that's Apex going down. But that also reveals that there's a lot of aggression, and the rest of Envy, they're just going to flank around and take the bomb site here. Angel going down. They saw Kucher in the corner as well. He is in a lot of trouble here. And he's getting a little bit of backup from behind. Maybe they could actually crossfire next, and he gets shot in the leg, gets shot in the face as well. Kucher picking up MBK and actually throws out the rifle there, picking up an AK instead, and Kiyoshima going to go down. That's the last man, so good job, at least at the end here for Hellraisers.
I gotta say, Apex has been a little on the slow side. Seems to be having trouble warming up here, getting his head into this match, which is, a little bit. It's got to be a little frustrating. Hold on, I'm just gonna double check. Did he have Apex? Yeah, he did have Apex.
Ooh,
he had
Alex,
Kiyoshima
right.
as well for Alex. I mean, so he's gonna be happy. Alex is gonna be happy about Kiyoshima, but Apex right now really not doing too much work for him.
He booted Kenny at the end, right? I think he managed.
No, he didn't get Kenny because Kenny is actually the most expensive person tonight. $1,600 if you want to get Kenny. Worth every penny.
Yeah, right now, certainly. Then again, maybe Apex is just thinking, it's not a major tournament. I'm just gonna relax here. Not gonna put too much effort in.
Not too much pressure.
Not against Hellraisers anyway. I think if they were playing in this league and they were playing Fnatic or TSM right now, it'd be try-hard time.
Anders, what's with this little asterisk that's starting to show up on the HLTV match?
I think it signifies how good the games are. Because, they're all listed under hot matches, right? So it doesn't really make sense to have 100 matches that are all hot. So now some of them are, like, extra super hot.
Is that really?
I think that's logic. I talked to Peter about it, like, a couple of months ago and said we should probably start subdividing some of the matches that are really good, because otherwise it's like, how can people keep up? I suggested color coding. Not because I think poorly of the intelligence of the HLTV community, just because... Like,
good cover, good cover.
Of course not. They're my crowd, I love
Cloud9 versus Conquest is a double.
Yes.
Now, what does that say? What does that say about that match? Okay, never mind. Let's get into it.
Oh, Stiko, Schneider, and Oscar helping out as well. Good triple opening here in favor of Hellraisers. Kenny, oh no, Kenny again, and Kiyoshima with another headshot. What's happening? Kiyoshima taking down Kucha. How does it turn around? That was a 2 versus 5 in a goddamn pistol round, and they still end up winning it. That's ridiculous.
That is what... Yeah, Alex is really happy. We actually have the instant replay of that. Because it was so quick as well for Hellraisers. 3 kills, and you're thinking, that's it, they're just going to roll over Envy, get that strong start. And then Kiyoshima and Kenny were like, no fun allowed on this server, boys. They're actually in a race right now. They're tied at 19 frags each. So, yeah, pretty big gap. Pretty big gap between them and the runners-up. I wouldn't be surprised if there was like some kind of bet going on between the two of them. Kind of how it used to be with JW and Schneider on Fnatic.
Well, Zero's going to end up coming out on top. Right now, Kiyoshima doing a pretty good job here. Kenny trying to hold on and also getting a kill there. And looking very bad for Hellraisers at the moment. They're a man down. They don't have the equipment here. Next, probably didn't need to go and fight then, but, he's the manager. He calls his own shots.
Exactly.
Who's going to stop him? He
Happy
can't be
isn't
stopped.
here.
Yeah, nobody can stop this guy.
Well,
he should just give himself a raise right now, just to spite them, just to be like...
Hey, I don't see you guys managing anything.
Yeah.
I'm playing and managing. That's right.
Yeah, he should put that as double pay for the month. That'd be amazing.
Do you think Astro would actually look at that and take that seriously? Just be like...
I feel like it'd be so funny that Mike might just be... He just might laugh at it and just pay him. 14-3 here, and we are obviously moving towards a bit of a one-sided victory for Envy, which could have been a predictable outcome just because of the state of Hellraisers here. The roster changes, the general confusion, what language is being spoken, who's doing what.
That level of frustration. I mean, Schneider, again, just gets picked up very quickly here. pretty standard anti-eco round so far, guys. He knows that there's a second man in here as well. Kenny in danger, but you know, it's not going to be dangerous for Kenny. It's Stico who takes a bullet to the face.
Yeah, good, really smooth round from Kenny. Like his M4 work there looked very crisp, you know. It's one of those things where whenever the topic comes up, like who is the best opera in the world, and I guess given like the major performance here, I mean, Guardian was like, I think he was even voted like the MVP of the tournament. Yeah. Like, really good performance overall. But it always falls back to then that secondary question is like, all right, well, what if you can't afford an AWP? Then how good is that player going to be to your team? And players like Kenny and Guardian, I think, have shown that they're quite capable. But there are some other AWPers out there every once in a while where you're like, well, is he going to be super useful? I think JDM is one where you're like, well, what happens if JDM doesn't have the AWP? Skadoodle may be in a bit of a similar boat, but not, I think, quite as bad.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's an interesting question anyway.
No, that's you kind of get these total package deals now with operas, where, and this is something that, like, again, Thorn has spoken about at length, how you used to just have specialists, you know, as they offer nothing for these guys. Now, they can be a real threat no matter what you give them. And that's also so important for a team like Envy, because they do have a playstyle that revolves more around, you know, low econ buys into forces, into just all-out aggression. It's not really double save into an AWP, right? That slower style of play. So it's good that Kenny's able to, you know, multitask a little bit. A little unfortunate there that the flash didn't work for Apex, but he does pick up the first kill. And it is still going to be a man advantage here for Hellraisers in the end. Angel takes out Kiyoshima as well. So next, it's your time to shine, baby. Let's see it.
Ooh, well, he hits the one headshot there. MBK, if he could have stayed alive, then maybe they could have brought it back. Now next is going to be pretty far away from the bomb and in a 1 versus 3. So, you know, the risk of sounding consent. I don't see him doing this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Come on, Anders. Oh, you have little faith.
I don't have the faith for it. No, I'm sorry, I can't. Can't do it. Gonna walk in here, and I could have almost taken out 2 players in this round. So, doesn't get the kill ultimately, and it's going to be another round for Hellraisers. But I'm still not too excited because I feel like it's still pretty far away.
Time to get a monster next. Hey, he's got 5,000, so he's still got the money. I guess it's as long as you have the money to get Kenny and off, just keep buying. Especially when you have 11 match points to work with.
Yeah, and now is that time where we have to talk about the round difference, which does make a difference in this tournament. If you end up with like you know, a tied, a 3, 4, 5, I don't know how many you can tie this with.
I mean, right now, Envy, with a 10 wins, 7 loss score, have a 31 round difference, right? 31. So it's been a lot of tight matches for them. Team Solo Mid sitting at 17-3. They have a 122 round difference. The hell is that obscene difference, Anders?
They've just been stomping people, basically.
Basically, it's just been complete one-sided affairs.
Oh, this is great opening from Schneider right now, taking down 2, finally drops Apex. We'll see if they can get back in it here next. He's trying to get that kill. Grenade goes through, but not going to hit anybody. He's got Kenny on the site. They are losing the A-bomb site. So it looks like another round for Hellraisers.
Yeah. I don't know. Next, he's right on the edge. There's the flash. Misses the jump. Needs to get in there. Gets the kill. So close.
He's just playing with you, Sam. Like, he was on it the whole time.
For a second there, man. And the bomb has been planted. Of course, Hellraisers are going to play it safe once they have the info as to where the remaining 2 members are playing for Envy. So, Envy just trying to back out here. It looks like they want to try and save their guns. Next goes first. Kenny gets caught. Going to be able to get that flash down, but now they know. And the hunt begins. Hellraisers, they're fanning out across the map, looking for the French hopper.
I mean...
They want a piece of that baguette.
Yeah, he's going to be gone. That's dangerous as well for Kenny right there. I mean, you send your manager first in a run like that. Just like, all right, go on next. Exit the bomb site. You go first and see what's there.
Nexus just said, so you don't want food at the next LAN. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone else is going to show up at the airport, and Kenny's going to be like on a different like propelled plane, and like everyone else is flying first class.
But they just didn't have any seats left, Kenny. Sorry, man. What a shame. Yeah, you remember that time? Yeah. Maybe you should go first,
There's no
Kenny.
seats left, but the whole plane just has like a giant Envy logo because Hastro literally just bought like an airline. And it was like, it's our airline. How could there be no seats? Like, yeah, Kenny, I'm sorry. Not going to happen.
You're going to go first this time.
Yeah, bro. The only one who can bait anyone on this team is Happy.
Yeah, that's just how it works,
MBK stabs Angel, but look at this return. Oscar with a double headshot here. Kenny and Apex to go down, and now it is next. And Kiyoshima left still, trying to see if they could wait their way out here. Somehow, it's a 2 versus 3, and considering what happened in the pistol round second half here, don't really want to rule anything out.
Oh. No.
Ah.
Got my hopes up there for a second that he could get that shotgun out, but good timing there by Schneider to hunt down that frag. 15-6. And Envy now. Now's the time. They're going to buy. Does he have enough, Kenny, for an AWP? No, he's just short. Does NBK, is he the true teammate? Does he drop one for his teammate? No.
Schneider is doing pretty well. I mean, 18 kills right there. Followed up by Oscar at 14. And actually, Stico
It's a
as well.
quasi-buy. Wait a second. Was there some miscommunication on this round? Apex has a rifle, but the rest of them are kind of in the middle. That's a little ugly.
Nice grenade there, though. Right onto Schneider and a good stack in the bomb site. And backup is coming as well. Apex, he's actually rotating with the M4 as well. So right now, about to be 5 people on one bomb site here. Good opening from Angel on 1 now out on the plateau, exposing himself a lot, but nobody's returning fire at the moment. They're all just backed up right here. Stico getting a double kill and Apex going down. A very weird scenario. Like, if you're Envy in that situation, because this bomb site has so many levels and so many ways to hide inside the bomb site, what you actually can do is very easy to set up a scenario in which once people make it out onto the plateau, you just say 1, 2, 3, go, and everyone peeks from 3 different angles, and maybe some people die, but generally you can return the frag, right? This seemed more like Envy were just saying, I just want to be the last guy to be alive and try and get some kills. Never mind winning the round.
Yeah, I'm just really surprised that Apex would actually run in there when he's clearly made a big investment in the round. I mean, he still just has enough to get 1 rifle out of it. I mean, they have got a bit of a loss bonus going now for them, Envy. But Envy really need to just kind of put their foot down as a group and say that's enough, Hellraisers. 8 rounds. That's I mean, I don't think it's the end of the world if this turns into a closer match, but I think Envy, they just need to get the job done.
Yeah, nobody wants to end up losing to round difference. That's so disappointing. Like, nothing must feel more defeating than that kind of thing. The boost again here is what we've been trying to term upskirt for obvious reasons. Don't Google it. Angel, and if you do, don't write us afterwards at least and complain. Angel already dead here. Oscar with the AWP. We've got the double up set up here on Kenny and Kiyoshima's side. Oh, that was almost the double kill. You see how close that was? Strafing into the bomb site was Apex. He could have got himself killed then. That would have been beautiful, but it doesn't quite happen. And now back into a 4 versus 4. Kucha trying to get close. He's going to spray down Apex and looking good right now. Oscar also picking up a kill there, and Kiyoshima making a lot of noise. An easy target here, but Schneider somehow missing all the bullets. I have no idea why.
Uncharacteristic. 2 on 3. All 3 players for Hellraisers are stuck on that A site, though.
If Schneider would have grabbed his AK and tossed it like a spear at Kiyoshima, he would have probably killed him instead. It would have done more damage, I think. I think an AK probably impales someone if you throw it like that.
Well, like, what happens if you want to use like you can use your AK like a club? You know, instead of reloading, you know, close quarters, you don't swap for the knife, you can just club somebody.
Okay, but you would obviously hit them with the thick end of it, right? Where the wood is.
Yeah.
So here's the dangerous part, right? If you do that and you go for like a big swing, then at the point where you hit people, the barrel is going to be pointed at you, right? So if somehow it clicks off at that point, yeah, you'll probably club them in the face, but then you'll shoot. You know, you see what I'm getting at?
I see where you're getting at. Yeah.
And I'm just saying,
that can be awkward.
I mean, with all respect to like the production quality of AK-47s, I feel like it's not the most reliable weapon in that sense.
Well, isn't it crazy how reliable, how long that gun has been in production?
Well, that's literally because there's like no electrical parts or anything to it, right? It's just pure mechanics.
Have you watched those GIFs where they like cut it in half?
Yeah,
and it's just like this is how the gun actually works.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it is like it's a crazy like engineering feat that it still works. But it's because it's so rudimentary, it's so simple that like you can do almost anything with it, right? But still, I think I wouldn't try and do that. I see what you're getting at, but I think I wouldn't.
That's what I'm waiting for, you know, man. It's like Dune again. Coming back to that, right? Shields, can't use projectile weapons anymore. Got to go back to swords. Got to go back to knives. Nasty ways to kill people. There you go.
I mean,
I sound a little bit too happy about that thought. So, guys,
in video games, of course.
Yeah.
The social justice warriors are going to be on you.
Oh,
what happened?
Happy's back.
All right. They're just going
He's
to...
joined the spectators. Are they really going to just let Next finish the map now?
I feel like they should.
I agree.
No.
Well, that's a disappointment.
Okay.
Is his money going to be set, though?
I'll probably figure it out. I do. Did you play that old Dune game that was like Command and Conquer, only Dune?
No.
Really, really
I'd
cool
heard
game.
about it, but I never played it.
Yeah, really cool game. But like the 3 different factions, and then you could like... It did feel very much like a Command and Conquer type game, but it had like some slightly different mechanics. I actually really sort of missed that kind of game.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would play it, but those are like the only games that I've ever actually played, like a single player games, apart from like Half-Life and stuff like that.
Command and Conquer. Those
Yeah,
are, those, but
Command
that's
and
the thing.
Conquer
Like,
and Red Alert.
Apollo was like, well, I mean, Apollo was pro at Command and Conquer. So I mean, you know, that was like his bag, right? But I never really got into the whole Command and Conquer thing.
I hear we're visiting him tomorrow.
Yeah, visiting him, and you know, not willingly for him, not willfully.
No, not on his part anyway.
I think he's actually a little miffed. I imagine he's gonna be kind of jet lagged after coming back from BlizzCon.
It's no downtime like that. Nice sneak through the smoke there, and Apex is going to get the kill on Stico. Could be potentially the last round, especially if NBK is going to get shots like that. But Happy missing one from the back lines here. Goes for it again. And Schneider is going to be gone. It's not done yet, though. Oscar and Kucher are still alive here. 2 versus 3. Try and see if they can get back in somehow. Oscar with a good shot there on Happy. Very important kill. If Oscar goes down, that's the bomb gone as well. And everything goes to hell.
Yeah, have we... I was about to say, have we lost like the op sound file? Because it just keeps seeming like that we get op shots and we don't hear the gun go off. But that time we actually heard it. So still, you're right. 2-on-2, 40 seconds left, and Kucher with the backstab could catch Apex off guard here. Could go the other way as well. They actually managed to dodge each other around the pillar, and there's the free kill for Kucher taking out Kenny. Apex can't strike back fast enough, and now he's lost the element of surprise. Kucher knows where he's playing from. That smoke goes down, and he just goes charging through Apex. No fear. But no kills either. He actually completely fluffs it. He's having a little bit of a struggle tonight, Anders. 14 kills only for him.
Yeah, a bit of a weird scenario then. I mean, a second's timing would have made a huge difference, obviously. If you could have seen him walking back there, then the round would have pretty been over. But it does go in the way of Hellraisers, and we'll see how long they can continue here. 15-9. And Kenny with the AWP. See if they're going to go for another double here, or if they're just going to leave it to Kenny.
Looks like it is just going to be the Kenny Meister.
The Kenny Meister.
And Kiyoshima's just... Well, even though Kiyoshima, I mean, we saw those shots from upskirt. It wasn't exactly a very difficult shot either. It seems like he just wants to get the job done. Go for the rifle. We do see the return of the A1, though. Happy's going to be one of those guys who's just really happy to actually be playing with the A1 again. The silenced rifle.
Oh, look at the charge through the middle here. Hellraiser is actually putting on a hell of a lot of speed. Stico and Angel both picking up a kill, but Kenny's going to get one on Kucher then. A bit of a glitch there, I think, as well. And now it's 3 versus 4. Bomb is still very far back here. Definitely still possible for enemy to win the round.
Especially if they get into the right spot. They have an accurate read on where Hellraisers want to take this fight. They're heading over to the B site here, and 2 players are going to be ready for Envy. They don't really have too many nades though to work with though. Kiyoshima the only one with any utility, so it is going to come down to the rifle shots. But if Kenny's in the right spot, unfortunately for them, Kenny's over on the A site, so it is going to come down to the 2 players here on the B site to really just shut things down. And Kiyoshima playing from upskirt again from behind the pillar, lands the first shot, gets a headshot onto Angel.
They're so slow on Hellraiser's side right now. This is a huge problem for them, obviously. Kiyoshima is ultimately going to go down and MBK to fall next. Now it's all on Kenny. 1 versus 1 against Oscar. Bomb is being put down, but Oscar can't make it out. Goes down. Kenny with the triple kill, and that's going to be 16-9 in favor of Envy, with Kenny at 27 at the end of it. So, I mean, the big problem that round was as soon as Kenny gets the kill over at the A-bomb site, the rest kind of have to go B. Like, they can't just wait around on the plateau, and they did. They waited around way too long, then. Not a good idea.
No, it was, all right, hold on. Gotta go this way.
I'm trying to center everything. It's because you've been moving around during the...
I'm just, like, rolling around on my chair, and, well, you know, it's a good time. Yeah, so... It's it feels like it could have been a much more clean affair if it weren't for the Happy incident. But then, I don't feel too bad about it, Anders. It's not every day you get to see Next. Yeah, play the game.
Sure, we can make fun of him next time. I like that. I think we should definitely go for that one.
Yeah, that one time you tried to play CS. Get me a monster.
We're gonna run into at matchmaking at some point, and he's gonna just crush us, isn't he? That's gonna be the thing.
Oh man, it's still one of my treasured memories. When I it was like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. ran into Happy on matchmaking, beasted him.
Who did I think I ran into Kiyoshima at one point. He was playing with some very bad teammates, and we ended up just barely winning on Inferno, but he was crushing everybody. It was kind of painful. Look, if you guys have been missing anything, maybe this match, just tuning in now, or all the previous matches that have been going on, then go and check out the Score Esports and download the application for your iOS or Android device. Also check out with the articles and everything else. The link's right down there. Cool little banners and everything. So definitely go and check that out and see a good way of keeping up with all things Counterstrike related. Now, that's going to be it for the first game, not for tonight. We still have 2 more games coming up, but a bit of a break in between the first game, or the next game starting at in about 45-ish minutes. Yeah. So you guys get a little bit of a break, we get a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back. And it's going to be NiP playing SK, I believe, as the first game.
Yeah, we've got 2 SK games to
yeah.
close it out, yeah.
Yeah, watching SK get beat a lot. So
gotta love watching those Danes get beat up.
Get some popcorn out, yeah. Get a Swedish flag, get a French flag out. And,
a Swedish flag?
Yeah, anything but a Danish flag is what I'm trying to say. That's the thing. So 45 minutes, and we'll be back with NiP and SK. All right, hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here it's SK versus NiP, and the match got started very quickly. Players were impatient; they just wet the match live, and we're just getting into Freiburg headshotting Magic Boy. We're gonna call him that similar tonight, aren't we?
Is that who I think it is?
Yeah, Magic Boy. Right, so we're here playing the ESL ESEA Pro League, and good times have been had already. Hellraisers got beat up a fair bit by Envy, who are going to be playing later tonight against this very team that's probably going to be beat up by NiP, which is SK. They have 2 pretty hard matches tonight against 2 separate teams. So we'll see how they do. They're going to start off on Mirage, which is good. I feel like it's been such a long time since I've seen Mirage. It's just me. I feel like I don't see that map very much these days.
Yeah, there's like this whole event that happened last week, Anders, and we saw a lot of the last map that we were on Cobblestone. Haven't really seen too much of this map.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that NiP have changed up all of their icons as well.
Ooh. That was a big double hit with a Deagle, though, and you're right, NiP have changed it out a little bit. Get right here, but Freeze and Moddy, and there's going to be a double for Moddy, picking it up here. 2 kills happening, and 2 for Magic Boy, so pretty good job. I mean, this lineup, we keep talking about it, and they keep having very, very similar issues, which is the fact that they have, like, this core, which seems to be a Cillian, Freeze, and Cadian, I guess, right? But then, like, Magic Boy and Moddy is, like, in and out. Nobody knows what he wants or how he's doing. It's all very confusing.
We need to work on your oval drawing skills, Anders. Those are some pretty wonky ovals. I was gonna say. Yeah? Yeah, okay.
It's the mouse, all right? It's
okay, so the mouse is what makes you drop potatoes.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I can't help it. Well, over at this A-bomb site, SK trying to see if they can hold on here after picking up a bit of an upsetting ground, and Moddy picking up 2 kills there. Freeze with a shot on Get Right, and there will be a triple kill for Moddy, who takes no damage, and all with a UMP. That was a solid defense.
That was actually fairly good work. Force buy from NiP as well, so SK Gaming, they're going to be able to keep building that money. Moddy, if he keeps getting kills like that with the UMP, he's already up at 7 grand. So money's going to start getting pretty interesting over on the SK Gaming side. I could see SK Gaming being able to give us a bit of an interesting show on this map right now. They don't have anything to lose in this league. They're dead last in the league. 2-15 is their scoreline so far in the group. NiP, though, they you know, odds are pretty slim now of them making the LAN. So they're sitting at a 9-9 record. They got 26 round difference, but it's still going to be a pretty long slog for them. They desperately need this win versus SK, and they basically need to have a clean sweep throughout the rest of the group. So right now, pretty standard fare so far. Magic Boy having Magic Boy. Magisk. How did you say it again? Magisk?
I'm not going to say it again.
Magisk. How did you say it, Anders?
It's Sun. Oh, what a shot from Freiburg. I mean, it doesn't really help them to win the round, but it just looked beautiful.
Yeah, there was a guy on B who did really well. What was his name, Anders?
I'm gonna get slowly cheated into doing it.
Well, slowly. I mean, you could just end the pain right now and say it.
I'm not gonna. It's ridiculous.
Just say the word.
You can't. This is a new rule.
Anders, just say the word.
No, I'm not gonna do it. If you're a Counter-Strike player out there and don't mix like languages. If you want to be called like Magic Boy, then go all English or go all Danish. If you'd done that, I would have been like, all right.
But
can't change things up.
So what's his name?
Magisk.
Magisk.
Magisk boy. It
Magisk
sounds
boy.
ridiculous.
I'm totally saying that now. You know what? It's like when I try to pronounce Kierby, like Kierby or whatever. Everybody's like, you sound so pretentious, Semler. Why are you trying to pronounce his name that way? Yeah, get ready, boys. Magisk boy.
All right. Well, for a moment here, we're actually stuck in the smoke, which is a bug that happens every once in a while. Fairly rare, but it does still occur sometimes. And we're in the 5th round here with NiP trying to see if they can get back in after losing the 2nd round. They won the pistol, but then it kind of spun a bit out of control. Cillian moving in here through jungle, picking up a bit of damage there and taking down Alu as well. Headshot on Forest. Good job here from Cillian, taking down 2. Freiburg and Exist. They're going to get the bomb plant, but how much more? Seems like they're in a bit of a hard spot right now.
Some would say they're in a bit of a pickle. And SK actually have all of the utility to make this retake pretty easy for themselves. They've got double incendiaries, a couple of smokes, some flashes. They just need to avoid taking bullets to the face. So Freiburg opens up strong there, takes out Freeze. Still, 1v2 situation for him. He gets faced by both players, and Exist gives away his position fairly early on and falls to Magisk boy. So, very nice retake there in the end by SK Gaming. NiP will get the plant, so they have the bonus money. But SK Gaming get the round.
I'm going to be so tilted by that, I can't even focus on anything else.
Are you really good? Are you going to like start messaging Get Right, like buy an op and drop a decoy?
Yeah.
Buy Zeus every round.
Yeah, get the Zeus home. That was a great round. Good pickup there, 2 versus 2. NiP were in a bit of an awkward spot, but it kind of worked out anyway. Do you like pickles, Semler?
Pickles are good, man. Pickles
you like
with
pickles?
burgers. Yeah, man.
Nah, I can't
they always
do
give
it.
you that pickle wedge, you know? A little bit of the tart with the nice savory burger.
I usually go like no pickles, no onions, but like double cheese or something.
Yeah, you see, bro. Finer things in life. You know, the thing is, though, I understand it's all about the journey, right? I haven't given up on you yet. We'll make it there.
We'll get the pickles in somehow.
Oh, yes.
There needs to be more burgers with like garlic involved. That's what I think.
Oh, boy. Cadian, you're in a bit of an awkward spot.
Well, they're all coming for him, and I think he actually, if he had kept firing, maybe could have got that kill on Freiburg coming in, or Forest, sorry, but not going to happen. Get Right charging in, and they lose Magisk boy, who was also in that bomb site. Modi and Freeze are left here, and what's really weird about these 2 players is they actually have like a decently high ceiling, but they just seem to be so inconsistent, like the kind of inconsistency you get if you don't actually play the game all that much. You just show up every once in a while to play, so I wish I could see a little bit more here. Modi going down, nice shot from Alu, and now it's all up to Freeze. He can't really make it in. He was hoping for an opening, not going to get it. They even hear him run away, and you can tell Forest, he's creeping back. He wants to steal that AWP away. Freeze and Forest, by the way, he used to play on the team in the past as well. So, yeah, some old teammates there. Very long time ago.
Bit of the Dane-Swede mix.
Yeah.
That was with Modi as well, wasn't it?
I think Modi was in that team, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've got that Swedish-Danish going already, you know, which is why, you know, Schneider and Dignitas, that could have definitely happened. It could have been real. We've seen it in the past.
Some potential there.
I mean, it is pretty impressive. You have to, you know, tip your fedora when, you know, Danes and Swedes, so many years of bloodshed between the 2 can actually still get along these days.
They figure it out after all. Yeah, that's true. Oh, grenade right in the face of Exist there. Pretty nicely done, but now Modi's going to have a lot to see to. Good counter Molotovs coming out here. Get Right still going to win that fight. Modi going down, and now is Cillian all the way at the back of the, or in the middle of the side here, trying to see if he can make it work. Freiburg also taking down Freeze, and Cadian comes in to help out, and Cillian charging out. Pretty good job there. Cadian with a double kill. That was pretty good. Once Cadian gets up from back here, that's a communication thing, right? Cillian is back here, so if Cadian just charging and Cillian isn't ready for it, it could be a bad scenario. But they should have both end up peaking at the same time. Pretty good job on their part there.
Yeah, and it's almost all part of the plan, really. They win one round, they let NiP win one round, and then they crush them in the next one. SK Gaming maintain their economy. They still have 3 guys with very good money, and NiP get reset to pistols. So it's not going to get any easier here for the Swedes. I mean, realistically speaking, they only really need 5 to 6 rounds for it to be a decent T-half. So if they can get 5 rounds, 6 rounds, it's going to be looking good for the Ninjas. But SK right now, they've got everything they need to just lock the Swedes out of this map. They have a solid economy, they've got the momentum, and clearly NiP are struggling.
Well, we're still living in that day of age where nobody really knows what's happening with NiP or how they're going to show up. It could be the NiP that show up and destroy TSM in a quarterfinals and have the Danes crying all over the place, or it could be the NiP that then lose to Navi in the semifinals and everyone's really sad.
I think SK are going to be doing their best to show what Danes are truly capable of, Anders. You know, the sham that we saw in the quarterfinals of the major.
Just trying to make up for it.
Yeah, that's never going to happen again.
Never say never, right?
Never go full Moses, is that what you're saying?
Never go full Moses. Unless we're talking about tequila, of course. In that case, definitely go full Moses.
What happened that night?
Oh, nobody really remembers, actually. That's part of the magic of tequila. Freeze picking up a quad kill and also landing himself at 11-1 and 3 was a round where there was just pistols and no armor on the Terrier side. It's not really too interesting, but still 6-2. And, I mean, pretty good job here from SK. I am impressed. I think this would be the sort of match that I would kind of expect at NiP in almost any sort of shape to kind of just show up and stomp on them. Like, that's my expectation. So the fact that that's not happening, obviously, is good news.
It's good news if you're an SK or a Dane fan.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a NiP fan, you're going to be railing at the heavens if NiP lose this map because that pretty much tombs any chance they have of making the LAN. So we have to see. We have to see. It's not over yet. NiP, they still have a slim chance, and so if they can hold on to it here, keep their cool, get over onto that CT side. I think that's going to be the time to shine for NiP, getting onto that CT side. T side, you know, it's a bit willy-nilly right now, but so far in this round, they've made it interesting. As I say that, though, SK Gaming, they bring it back to a man advantage for themselves. So 3-on-4 situation. Bomb not going to get planted. It gets denied, and now a 2-on-4. And while SK, they have everything they need here to get the job done and lock this round down.
Wow, Louis going to have to get both kills. Magic Boy coming around the corner, but too many people there. Freeze to pick up one more double kill and get right. If the bomb had been down, there would have been a very slim chance, but with the bomb not down, I don't see him making it out of this corner. Cadian will take him out, and that's going to be 7-2. And no bomb plant means almost no money here for NiP. Bit of a tricky position.
Yeah, it's going to be a quasi-buy for them. They'd be bonkers to actually go for a force in this kind of scenario, so has to be just a couple of pistols picked up, maybe some nades to facilitate things.
Yeah.
And, well, SK, at the same time, they've got 11,000 on Cadian, 8,000, and 9,000. Like, their money is very solid right now. This is ideal. This is an ideal scenario for SK Gaming. If they break NiP in the next round, if they manage to stop NiP from getting anything done with the rifles, SK could just they could skip their way to a very comfortable end to this first half. You know, skip a little bit of a hop and a jump as well. No nades for NiP, though.
Roll right in.
Row right in.
Do a barrel roll into the second half. You're right. Alu going to be picking up a headshot. Freiburg around the corner. It's just pistols. There's not even any armor, and they still get both the entries over at the B bomb side. It's unforgivable here on the side of SK. That shouldn't be happening, but those pistols are very good, and see if they can actually bring it back here. Great pop flash. Forrest didn't see it coming and didn't see the follow-up either, but Get Right's going to win that fight. They stole one of the M4s here, and Modi and Freeze, yeah, they're making their way back. They can't fight this.
Man, losing on an anti-eco as well, SK. It's the Caster Kerr standards. I gave him too much credit. I expected too much.
Well, we were getting all caught up in it. We're ready.
Yeah, the momentum there really favoring SK. Kind of curious where it all broke apart. I think it was Alu leading in with a P250, and he opens up with the kill. So, very odd situation. This is actually going to make life a little bit more difficult now for SK because they're going to have to tap into their bank pretty severely here. And also, NiP get a bit of a break. They save 3 rifles. So, that's a lot of money that NiP saves. So, it means that going forward here, if the round loss bonus keeps building for NiP, they should be able to just keep on force buying every single round now. They have a little bit more of a cushion. I'm really surprised to see Alu not going to the AWP, actually. He had 4,800. So, interesting decision there. No aggressive opping from the Finn.
Especially on this particular map, which is one of the maps that he actually does hold really well on. Freiburg shot in the face by the AWP of Freeze, and Modi looking maybe to try and see Pico in apartments here. Doesn't find anyone, but still very good information. I mean, if he keeps pushing, once he gets to like this stage here in T-spawn, he'll know a lot about what's going on here. So just keep an eye on Modi in this corner and see what's going on. Magic Boy going to be taken down. Get Right putting up a smoke as well while they are making their way in the middle. Actually, Freeze picking up that 1 kill there just before the smoke lands. So now it's on Alu and Exist here to try and do something. And just to check back in with Modi again, he knows exactly what's happening at this point.
Yeah, we see the full rotation coming out from SK based off that information. They've picked them out of mid. They haven't seen anybody over on A site, so they have 4 players, soon to be 5, just ready to collapse on that B site. And Modi gets the backstab on Alu as well. So that's going to force Exist into an unwinnable situation. He gets roasted alive in the end. And SK Gaming gets the same exact scenario. NiP, they win a round, they lose a round. But at least in that last round, they had the 3 guns. So we're going to see that impact now. What that means is that Alu can go for the AWP in this round. They can't afford to get 3 rifles, and then it'll just be pistols for the others. Unless Exist wants to just go Galil Kevlar, and that's what he's going to do.
8 and 3. Alu getting the close spawn to middle, so he's going to run straight in there, trying to see if he can catch Freeze, and he will. Just the spawn determining more or less who wins that fight in the middle, at least this time around. Really good job here on the Finnish side. Now, Cadian holding close on Catwalk. Got to be careful. One peeking out. He's going to win that first fight. He's going to win the second fight. And Forrest and Freiburg, you know, we were talking about the coordination and timing on Envy earlier. This time they're just trying to run in one at a time, you know.
Yeah, and you saw that, actually. That's a very good point that you make. You have a very clear one from A Apartments on Cobblestone. When Kenny and Apex, when they peak together, it's literally just as one unit. Like, Apex leads, but then Kenny's right there with him, and so you're facing two guys nearly instantly. You can really see the differences that, well, they mean without make it, you know, possible for you to win a round or lose it. Boop. Nice shot there by Exist, though. He brings it back to a 2-on-2, but then Asilian's in position in Kitchen.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because those kind of timings really make a big difference in a round like this one. Get right now in a lot of trouble. 1 versus 2. It's about 40 seconds left. He's got the bomb picked up here, but once he punches in those numbers, I mean, they're going to get closer. They've got 2 Molotovs as well. It's going to make life pretty difficult for him. He's now trapped in this corner. Wherever he walks out, he's probably going to walk into somebody here. Got the good angle there on Muddy, but still going to get shot down. That's going to make it another round here for SK. But that kind of peak here, I mean, I think it was Forrest coming out first, right? Mm-hmm. And then Freiburg right behind him. So, I mean, what's really unfortunate is that if they do that double peak, they take out Cadian, and that probably cracks open that B-bomb side and works out. But instead, it was more like, you know, one guy asking, are we ready? And the other guy still tying his shoes in the background.
I think Freiburg was actually focused on Catwalk, or on Connector still.
Because
he had just thrown a smoke into Connector to block it off. He's probably still looking to see if anybody's going to push through that smoke, and then Force is like manning up and saying, okay, I'm going to take the fight. And Freiburg's, you know, a split second behind him because he's probably still focused over on Connector. So maybe a little miscommunication there on NiP's side as far as the timing is concerned, which is always a weird thing as well because this team used to be just godlike with the communication, with the timing. It was like a sixth sense that they had.
Oh, Cadian gonna pick up the 3rd kill as well. You are right, of course. That used to be one of their strengths. I mean, that kind of hive mind style. NiP used to be masters of it, but now, maybe not so much. And this round quickly shot down by Cadian, coming up with a triple kill. Freeze on 16 as well. They're looking really good. Nobody from NiP even dipping into the double digits so far. And Forrest is bottom fragging.
Yeah. Sorry, Alex.
Are you ready though?
No, not really. You gamble, you take risks. That's what happens. I mean, yeah, Forrest, man, what is going on with Forrest? He's also, if I'm not mistaken, he's the one calling right now for NiP, so that might be it as well. Might be wearing down on him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously it can be very distracting, obviously. So I will kind of give him a little bit of room to work with in that sense. Good double kill for Muddy to start off this round with, going for a triple, in fact, hitting that headshot and even spotting out Exist up here, who's now in an awful position.
Exist nearly getting the job done there, though. Drops Freeze fairly low, but a 1v4 situation. Attempting some weird flashes there, but yeah, not quite. He needs to ask Pronax for a tip. They actually live in the same city up north, along with Devilwalk. They're all the 3 of them have been friends for quite some time. I know that like Exist and Devil were good friends.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, you get the feeling generally that like northern Sweden, everything is a bit more tight knit. You know, like those towns up there are like, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to visit.
Everyone knows everyone kind of thing.
It's where you know there's that weird freaky thing that they do where you know if they agree with you, so they're saying yes I agree or yes or something. It's like, you know, they breathe in. That's actually a thing. That's a way. You know, so everybody's just going around going like. And that means yes, or that means I agree. I concur.
That says so much about, you know, like Swedish interaction. Like, just like, how can we avoid actually like talking to each other at all? Just you know, leave it down to like just the sound.
That's crazy, man. It blows my mind.
I love it. Well, it's the 15th round coming up, but what we're witnessing is pretty shocking. Like I said earlier, I was fully expecting to be watching my fellow Danes getting crushed and destroyed by NiP. That can still happen, but it's not happening right now, and with Freeze opening up with a good shot there on Exist, and the rest trying to push into a B-bomb site with 2 people defending, including Magic Boy here with a 1 headshot going for Forrest. Gonna land it on Freiburg as well. Finally goes down, but it might have been too late here. Get Right and Alu are left, and Freeze even jumping to spot him out. Is he gonna go back? He hits the shot on Alu, and is gonna land the first the end of the first half at 18 kills and only 4 deaths. That's impressive.
That's really impressive. That's not every day that we actually see Freeze hit shots so consistently and actually actively hunt for frags as well. Really look to take those fights. That's when a world-class operator's got his confidence up, is when he's willing to be taking those battles. He's not just trying to hold the angle and play it safe.
If you look at like the careers of someone like Modi and Freeze, it's clear that they have the potential, but they seem to be like, when 1.6 ended and the gap between 1.6 and Global Offensive there, where like a bunch of people obviously left, especially from the Danish scene, a bunch of people never sort of really got into Global Offensive.
Well, what is it? The manager right now, Sonic?
Sonic is one of them. Super cool guy, by the way. He's from Dignitas. Yeah. But like Ave and just like a bunch of other people that used to be around that could still do. I think Minette's trying to playing a little bit again here. We've got Colon somewhere, I think, just joined the roster. Like, there's a bunch of people out there. Anyway, a bunch of of like the Danish talent in the scene back then. They decided it's either going to have to be like some sort of esports thing, or I have to go and get like a regular job. And a bunch of them did that. And now that it's like a couple of years later, they don't really want to give it up. And I think both Freeze and Modi are in this world. I mean, Modi's obviously Swedish, but he does live in Denmark. So
yeah, and Freeze is still a carpenter, if I'm not mistaken.
Still a carpenter, right? I think it's like that full commitment. It just hasn't really happened. I always wonder if they got the chance, if they would. Someone should ask them.
I mean, imagine if you end up making a salary, like a full-time salary, you might be willing.
Yeah, I'm curious.
That's the issue with the CS community. There's it's a much more mature community in a way. People actually have responsibilities.
It's a great headshot from Exist to start off with, but now he's trapped in the corner, and Modi's going to take him out, running back into the middle against Alu here, and close range will do that. Alu's going to be gone now. It's Forrest and Freiburg. 2 versus 4, and they know where 1 is. They can just overpower him in the jungle here, and that's what they'll do. Modi with 1 more headshot, gonna hit the quad kill. Look at this pistol damage being output in the second half here. Just Modi almost single-handedly cleaning up NiP and making it 13-3 here. What a start.
Jesus, and NiP have yet to cross the double-digit mark on the frags. Holy hell, talk about a beatdown that they're taking right now. This is going to completely wreck their round difference as well, NiP. They're one of the few teams in the bottom half of the standings with a positive round difference. And yet, yeah, they're getting pummeled. The question now is whether SK can keep their cool and get the job done. That's another thing, the NiP magic might kick in. Oh, what was that?
I like the fact that the other people in the middle, Katie, and just now crouching instead, just like, I'm gonna keep my head low. Don't want anything like that going my way. Forrest here. Nice steal shot there, and did take a little bit, but Cadian has dropped in. It's now a double or 2 kills favoring NiP here.
This is what I'm talking about. This is where it starts getting scary. Exist going to take that risk. Instant reaction, though. Tries to play the angle, but he's not going to get the job done. Still, instant reaction from the man playing up in apartments. That was very quick. Magisk boy. Magisk boy all over it.
Oh, dear.
Waved his magic wand. Got 25 damage. And so now we have to see. Anders.
I think Modi is calling that there's a light defense over here at A because he doesn't realize there's 2 people. You can see the bomb is making its way over, and with 30 seconds left, once they get that kill on Modi, things kind of spiral out of control. If he could have taken 1 and got some backup, then maybe it could have worked out, but now things are just looking a little bit tough here for SK.
Indeed. Follow up there, though. Magisk boy is still going to be able to turn this into a 1v4. But bomb is out in the middle of nowhere. He's got 10 seconds left. He's going to save his AK. And that's the correct play to make in this situation. He doesn't really have a chance. Magisk.
He even has like the...
Oh, God.
The Spooderman, Batman. Everything about this is a little bit...
The Bootman.
A little bit dim.
Well, I guess we can be pleased. Exist, he got it. He got the double digits off of a sick jump scout play.
Yeah, good job on him, really. 13-4, and moving into the 3rd round of the second half here, and NiP trying to see if they can continue to make this work. They are very far behind at the moment in SK. Gonna lose KD in at top mid. Nice aggressive push from Forrest, followed up with a grenade, but then Modi gonna refrag on Freiburg over there, and now the bomb is at least gonna go down here for the SK side.
Yeah, this is a 4th buy for them. So this isn't so much about ecoing, it's more about winning this round. They decide to change up the AK over to Madi. He gets caught a little bit, and Freeze is going to get nailed in the open. Madi will take Alu with him, but then quick, easy cleanup there for NiP. And this is what I was a little worried about going into the second half. Once NiP, they got onto that CT side, then it's going to come down to the aim, and then they'll start, perhaps having a little bit more confidence to take these fights. It really does seem like the Ninjas have been struggling for quite some time now on their T side, trying to get some kind of like cohesive strategy going. CT side is a little bit more straightforward, where it's just like, you are the man, and you kind of just have to stand your ground and land the shots sometimes. And, well, NiP, they've got a lot of talent on the team to be able to do just that. Some of the best, I guess, best legendary aimers in the business.
Yeah, and I think they still are. I think people underestimate how much is probably still left in people like Forrest and Get Right, I think, in terms of like firepower. But yeah, the team chemistry is obviously lacking a fair bit these days.
But this is going to put SK on a pistol. At least they have that bomb plant, you're right. So, I mean, they'll get a little bit of bonus money. A little bit more of an effective eco round here. And we should be expecting to see Freeze get onto that AWP in the next round. Forrest really taking his sweet time to find that kill, and he's not going to get it. Alu decides to rob him.
Yeah, but it might have been a good thing that he did, because someone was sneaking really close up at the wall there. At the end, it's Freiburg and Exist to shut it down. Alu with the triple kill. And that will give another round here to NiP. Where is that going to leave SK? AWP on Freeze, and see if he can actually get somewhere with it. He's not spotting the closest to middle possible, but see if he can still find an opening. Alu doesn't have one yet. The only thing here is that Freeze doesn't have any head armor, so 3 of these rifles here are going to be, I mean, the AKs are always going to be dangerous, but the other 3 now are also in one-shot potential, so he's got to be careful.
And the bomb is going up into A apartments with Freeze. Looks like he just wants to play it passive as well, but if he's all the way over on this extremity, it kind of makes you think that SK, they want to commit over to the A site fairly soon. They do have a presence in mid just to see if they can catch somebody off guard. Forrest is playing ladder room, so he might be able to drop down and get a little bit of an angle. The smoke goes down to block off connector. Great spray through, and Get Right, he will be able to take out Madi as well. Forrest steps in and removes Cadian, and Magius, boy, he wins the duel versus Forrest, only to get shot in the back by Alu.
And all the while, Freeze is up here in the apartments wondering why the hell nobody has actually shown themselves so you can get an easy frag on someone, even sneaking all the way in here. Get Right still hiding down there, finally goes down. Freeze getting a little bit of action. Cillian solo on health though, it might have to be more Freeze action right now. He spots Exist jumping up. Great shot here from the Danish Orper, and now it's Freiburg left. What a huge turnaround here. 40 seconds, and he's gonna make the run. And we can time it, Semler. See if my drawing skills are up to par here.
There's a couple of
yeah, I mean,
stray squiggles there.
I'll just get like a rough estimate, right? So, like, at worst, I think he's going to make it there with about, 10 seconds left. So it might have been even more than that.
What's happening, though? I think Asilian is, yeah, he got caught by Freiburg. That was over in jungle, so it looks like Asilian was trying to lay a bit of a trap there for the rotation. Freiburg still thinks that this is going to be happening over on the A site, though. Bomb is going to get planted, and he's instantly going to realize. Or maybe not so instantly.
Very slowly.
Now he realizes, crap, I don't hear the bomb.
Well, he's got a flashbang, but he doesn't have a smoke, so he can't easily block Freeze out here. And he has pretty much no idea where he is. Might be able to take a guess, though. Freeze going to peek out once. Not even challenging. Really good discipline here on Freeze. He knows he has to commit to it. Freiburg actually goes and checks once again, and now he can't really do anything. He's going to get shut down. Freiburg didn't even look like he was trying to respond at that point. He was just like, I have officially given up on this. If you're not even going to try and fight me, why are we even doing this?
Fight me like a man, you coward. He's like, no, I'm here to win. Alu at least has an op, though, this round. So there was a round that he actually managed to best Freeze in mid. So let's see if he can do that again. Doesn't look like the battle is going to be happening there, though. Smoke goes down a block off short. Fairly standard fare. And, well, that leaves, if I'm not mistaken, that was not Freeze. No, that's Asilian out top mid.
All right, NiP with a pretty strong setup over here towards the A bomb site, where it looks like SK are going to try and go for it, but Alu and Exist here, they could both get smoked off in these positions from what's coming, which could leave Get Right alone. So I think Get Right has to get probably 2 kills here, unless they're going to fight for the smokes. But Alu helps him out. That's a big opening frag. The Cillian does get one in return, but let's see if Get Right can actually... Oh, they're going to fall back here.
Interesting choice of flash there by Get Right as well. Allows him to challenge at the same time as it goes out. Really clever stuff. Unfortunately for SK, though, they've lost another man. Forrest finds a pick in mid, so now it gets a little tricky here for SK Gaming. They do have all of the nades necessary, although Madi is a bit light. He's only got the Galil. They do have a nade for CT, so it means that they would have to challenge mid, or challenge rather jungle area, and Alu is waiting around there with the AWP, and the smoke gets missed. Oh no, that's a catastrophe. Now SK, they really just kind of have to go in here and cross their fingers and hope.
Yeah, right. Gonna be getting a kill as well. Magic Boy alone in a 1 versus 4, hiding in that smoke, which is very comfortable right now, but in just a half a second, that comfort's going to disappear, and he will have sandwiched himself into this corner, which there is no escape but death. Get Right's going to take him out. That grenade? How does it work? How does it maintain momentum?
How does it work?
What kind of physics is this, Valve?
Are we going to see a show now, you know, how's it made? Except that now it's going to be like, how does it work? And you're going to narrate it, Anders.
I mean, there's no way it can conserve momentum by just rolling around on the ground, you know. It's not even like round or anything. It's just like the friction. It doesn't work. It's not going to work.
Imploding.
Yeah.
What is this? They leave the bomb alone in pit.
I've been triggered. Oh, Forrest. Good work here with the SMG, turning around with a pistol. He wants more, and he's going to get it. And the bomb, now it's not even just in the pit, they've delivered it right to Forrest.
And they actually decide to leave Forrest, or, yeah, leave Get Right alone. They're out hunting right now in NiP, seeing if they can't find the last man here. Maggie's Kaboy is just chilling, though. Gonna get spotted. What's up, Forrest?
Ooh.
But it's only the MP9, so actually stick with the Deagle. You got a better chance.
That was like a very decisive deal kill as well, and someone jumping, it's not so easy.
Pinned him to the wall like a Schmetterling.
Do you ever do that where you see like a default skin and you think, what skin is that? I haven't seen that. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone has the skin, obviously, except for Magic Boy, who's got like a regular Deagle, but it's like...
Well, you know, when I see the default AK, I always think it's the Cartel, Anders, but... Hey, trolls.
I see what you did.
That's like the oldest joke in the book. Oh, nice default AK somewhere. Like, yeah.
Oh! Running headshot on Forrest. He's just not finding much luck these days, is he? He's been doing a little bit better for himself. In fact, he should have caught up with the rest of the team, but still, he got stopped pretty hard in that underpass.
Trying to force it for some reason. Against an eco as well, so... Unnecessary risk taken that basically gives SK Gaming a rifle to work with. Maggie's Boy as well has got Kevlar. So now there's actually a little bit of a threat over on SK Gaming's side for NiP. Wherever that rifle goes, it can do some damage. And there's only a single man holding hard on the B side as well. And it looks like, do SK want to go for some kind of fake play? They've got 3 guys going over here into A. But the bomb is still waiting over in B.
Could they be trying to fake it? I mean, if they run 3 people in here, that might spark a rotation unless Get Right just puts a quick end to it. They still haven't really sold it, and they're going to give up the bomb here. Good shot there, but Alu does go down. It doesn't really matter because Freiburg is still on this bomb site. As long as he stays alive, everything is going to be fine here. Flashbang's out to buy time as well. Magic Boy, last man left, tries to take the fight, goes down to Freiburg. And that is going to be another round here for NiP. They're bringing it back into this game right now. 9-14.
We're talking about the NiP magic. Freiburg broke out the wand, Anders. Gave it a wave in the air. Abraca banana. And now the comeback is real.
Yeah, whenever I do that, I get arrested. So.
I was setting it up. You went for it.
Charging top middle was Freiburg with his wand out. Not going to be happening. And in fact, they burned Alu as well. That was a silly in there. That Molotov actually probably just prevent anyone from peeking there. But he couldn't actually make it back in. So 3 versus 5. And Forrest is now the only man on the B-bomb site. And this is the sort of thing that NiP really can't afford. But I can still understand why they want to do the top mid push, just to try and force SK into some sort of weird position. But this time it was maybe a bit too much.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at the decision to rotate off of the B site. Considering they had a man pushing in pit, nobody spotted it for SK. So NiP, it's a little bit harder for him now. Maggie's Boy is going to start off strong, taking out the one. Get Right holds his own, though, gets 2 kills, brings us a little bit closer in the end, but he will get caught. And so that now leaves it down to Exist in a 1v3. Incendiary goes off as well. He's going to try and get cheeky with one of his own, but it's just not going to be quite good enough. Angles are all here for SK Gaming to lock this down. He takes the first kill. He's still got 12 bullets in the mag, and now he needs to just, well, manage to make his way across that one bit of open ground, but Freeze isn't going to miss the shot. So match point for SK Gaming. And did they finally find a way, Anders, that, you know, Muggle science is superior in the end?
Well, right now it's what, 6 match points for NiP to bring it back into overtime. I feel like SK should be able to do this. There's a double up setup here on the NiP side, and they did win a pretty impressive, you know, number of rounds here in the second half. Six of them total. So maybe they could win another 6 and make this work. But if the current pattern continues, things are not going to be looking too good here for NiP. That would mean they would end at 12-16. If then we'd have like a perfect pattern for the second half.
Kind of scary here, wondering what they're on about. Magisk and Cadian taking quite a bit of damage there. Good angle held by Exist. He spots underpass. They were trying to close in, SK, but they went about it very slowly, and no real pressure applied onto a connector here. Freeze still waiting to see if Forrest is going to decide to peek on short. A shot goes out. No angle there. Asilian narrowly dodges a shot from Alu. That was a close call.
And Alu waiting there. Top of connector, hoping to spot someone up in apartments here. But 45 seconds left. He goes into the middle, and Freeze is going to end up taking him. Exist wants to refrag that kill, and going to take a little bit of time. If only Asilian was a bit closer. He's going to go for it now, but it's too late. Down drops the bomb, and now NiP very good position here for them to win this round, especially with Cadian going down.
Yeah, just shutting them out. And look at that. Get Right is so convinced that somebody was still up in apartments. Maudie hasn't given away his position yet. Exist is going to step out, though. That's into the waiting arms. Spots the man, puts some shots through. Still a 2-on-4, though, and they're on opposite sides of the map. But with 15 seconds left, that's just not enough time here for SK Gaming. Actually would like to see a little bit of a hunt initiated here from NiP. See if they can't catch some of these guys out. NiP, though, I don't think have the best money, but they could afford to lose one rifle at least. Trying to do a little bit more economic damage here to SK Gaming.
Yeah, maybe someone like Exist could I don't know, swap the AWP over someone else and try and see if they can find it. But either way, it's going to be 15-10 here, and we'll see if NiP can find another 5 rounds. I mean, economy for SK is not exactly great, and no bomb plant that round means it's still looking a bit tough for them.
YOLO Tech 9 buy, maybe? Yeah, Cillian's going to commit. And there it is. Double Tech 9, P250, and a couple of rifles. And SK Gaming, they're throwing chance to the wind, Anders. They're willing to go all the way out top. Are they just going to try and barrel through onto short through this smoke? I mean, nice nade there by Alu. The thought was the correct one, but the timing just didn't work out for him this time. And well, now Forrest, he's in position here. B apartments, deep flash, and he lands the flick. Maudie is gone.
Are on a fairly good job there. Bomb's still not been seen by anyone on the CT side. We'll see if they're going to be able to spot it soon. I don't like the fact that they're both so much on the bomb side here on the NiP side. Forrest and Freiburg, yeah, I much prefer if they spread out a little bit more so they can't easily both get picked off here. Freeze coming out of underpass, going to take down Alu, but they did lose Asilian first, and Freeze now close to the middle here. Open hand is going to get the kill on Exist, and it's going to bring it back to 3 versus 3 right now. It's still 50 seconds left, and they are bringing the bomb. See if they can actually bring it back out of the underpass and in towards the B bomb site.
A good choice of smoke to cut Forrest out of the picture. He's going to start rotating towards A, but that's not exactly the best call to make right now. It's going to leave Freiburg all by his lonesome. As the smoke clears, Freeze is ready and waiting. Takes that initial shot. Freiburg spotted the bomb as well. Forrest will be able to get back here into kitchen and takes the fight. Wins it versus Freeze. So back into a 2-on-2 with 25 seconds left. The main man here is going to be Cadian. He's waiting to see if there's going to be some kind of counter rotation out. And then Get Right waiting in pit. This could go any which way now. He's going to be able to make his way onto the site, but is Get Right in position to take this fight?
Well, he would have been there to castle the bomb, but he can't actually hit that shot. Now he reveals his position, and things got very bad here indeed. It looks like SK, if they can win this 2 versus 2, that's going to be it. They're going to win the map as well. Magisk Boy getting a little bit of shot to the face, and Forrest going to show up as well. Cadian taking the kill. The bomb is so far out in the open, and Get Right has no grenades. He has to go and fight here. Cadian actually taking the fight, which is a huge mistake. And NiP going to pick up the round. He could have very easily waited for that defuse sound.
Yeah, there was just a lot more time to play with. Either Get Right had to charge up and try and fight him, or he had to try and play the bomb defuse trick, and see if he could draw Cadian out into the open. Such a shame that Cadian felt the pressure there and decided to take the fight. It was definitely a situation that could have been won by him. So, unfortunately for SK, they don't have the money to go for a forced follow-up. Although Magisk does, he's got 4,500. The rest of them are floating around 3,000. So, they're going to go ahead and eat a round to the face, take a little bit of time, and then we'll get into the next round where they should be able to afford some rifles. And that'll, I mean, it really feels like Freeze right now is kind of the point man here. He's nearly dropping a 30 bomb. So, no surprise if they want to go for the double eco. Get this guy an op, because he just seems to be getting kills versus NiP so consistently right now.
Yeah, I am really impressed, but I think we've said this a couple of times in the past as well. We've actually seen really good performances
I guess they won in the end.
from Muddy and Freeze. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what's happening here, if that was a random restart.
Wait, what's happening? No?
Maybe just the reset of the round?
Okay.
I think so. Well, Cadian's been picked off, and Forrest and Aloe cleaning up in the middle here. Bomb is down, Modi doing his best, but it's not going to work out. It will be NiP picking up the round, obviously playing rifles versus pistols here. Game just reset for a bit, and now we are back into it here. 13th round coming up off the second half, and we'll see if SK can bring it all the way back, or if we're going to end up in overtime.
Yeah, if it is going to go the distance here. I mean, there's the AWP for Freeze. That's the key, basically the key weapon here on this map right now, I think, for SK. And then full AKs, full nades for everybody else. So they have everything they need here, SK, to get the job done. To tomb the ninjas and basically, well, kill any hopes of them attending the LAN. Alu, good flash. Not going to hit the shot, just off on the timing, and now shot goes through into the window. 2 players here for NiP, so it's a little bit tricky for him. And while Alu getting picked off to start is certainly not going to help things.
No, you did call it out. Freeze has been pretty good at killing NiP members right now, so that early start going to give the mid control to SK, and we'll have to see how NiP responds. So far, they're putting 2 men in either bomb site, which is a very weak defense if you think about it. 2 people to hold back against 5 coming at one site. Let's see if they can make this work. NiP near swift rotation, which is why it's a good job that Get Right's already in window. He's actually rotated out of the bomb site and Exist. Is he going to go and check? I think they might know NiP. They've got a sense of it here, but Forrest is going to go down. Freiberg to fall next now. It's down to Get Right and Exist, and Get Right going to be last man standing, and there it is. SK going to pick up the round and the game, and defeating NiP here on Mirage.
That's a great win for SK. I mean, they're sitting 2 wins, 15 losses, dead last in the group. But, you know, you can always strike out, right? You can always just do as much damage as you can to the other guys, to the guys who still have a chance of making that LAN. That pretty much ends it for NiP. They're going to be sitting on 10 losses now. Considering, you know, the top of the pack right now, they're still floating around 6 to 7.
Yeah.
3 for TSM and Fnatic. I mean, that's the hot spot. That's where you need to be right now.
Yeah, and of all the teams you could have lost to, did it have to be SK, bottom of the group and everything, you know? NiP, what are you doing? Seriously though, really good job on Muddy and Freeze. I feel like, you know, it's that thing. I mean, I remember asking Threat the same question, you know, what if someone did show up with like a big bag of money and said, this is it, we're going to pay for you to go big on it. But the problem is, you know, what if you do it and then within the first year, it doesn't quite work out, and then you've given up your other career, and it's like, it's very weird, you know.
I've also heard talk of, like, I mean, maybe the money would make a difference for him, but I've also heard talk that you know, there's quite a bit of friction on the team, which is also why some players have decided to leave the roster. Is that, you know, there's a lot of bickering, right? And when conditions aren't perfect, and if there's bickering, then it isn't going to make it easier.
Maybe it's like, if we had money and we have 5 people who actually could actually like commit maybe, or agree on a style that needs to be played for the team. Maybe then it'd be worth it.
I mean, Freeze is also one of those older, not dogs, but, you know, it's like maybe takes him a little bit longer to learn the new tricks. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, that's especially true for 1.6 Orpas. They seem to have had like the roughest transition into global offensive, right? Markolov and whoever else is there.
Yeah, Markolov just literally dropped it. He was like, I don't want to touch this gun anymore.
So yeah, maybe there could be some truth in that. If you've missed any of the results here and just generally want to read about Counterstrike and other esports too, go and visit the Score Esports, and also download the application, iOS and Android there. Check it out, and you can keep up with a lot of stuff that's going on in CS and other things too. So definitely go check that out. Our next game coming up is going to be SK versus Envy, and we'll see if that's going to be a stomp. I would still predict that it would be, but I mean, SK showing some promise here, and I guess a lot of it comes down to the map as well. It's in about 9 minutes, so stick around, guys, and we'll be right back.
First drops a 30 bomb. That's when things get, you know, pretty scary, right?
Yeah. No, it's a bit of a surprise, and honestly, you know, in spite of having just seen it, I have a hard time seeing them repeat it. Yeah. It's not that I particularly distrust the players that are in this team. It's just that some of them, like Magic Boy, I don't know that well.
Magic Boy, Anders.
And Muddy and Freeze, I don't trust that they're fully committed to the game. Asilian and Cadian, I think, seem very committed. But then they're having a very hard time finding any kind of like balance in the Danish scene. So like everyone has their own problems. Now they're all the same team trying to make it work. They're playing Envy, major championship winners and overall powerhouse.
Yeah, exactly. And basically a team that is right on the edge as far as the LAN attendance is going. So they're going to be very hungry to pick up this win. NiP might have been a little less hungry just because odds of them making the LAN now are pretty much slim to none. Envy, they still got a shot. So they're going to be coming out swinging. And, well, that's exactly how it starts here. Great flash to open things up. Forces Asilian down on the ramp. That allows for them to start closing in. But then 2 headshots come in. Asilian and Madi doing some damage here. And Freeze even chiming in.
Now look at where that bomb is. It's actually dropped down. So... you know, there's a quick coin toss and NBK sent into CT spawn. Kiyoshima, he got the other side of the coin. He's like, NBK, you know, you were charged with bringing up the bomb. If I lose the round now, it's not really my problem, is it? Kiyoshima all alone here, 1 versus 3, and they're all stacked up down there controlling the bomb. They could give him a chance here.
That's unfortunate. I mean, if they keep peeking him, yes.
They will.
And he's still got so much time, 50 seconds left. I mean,
we're very kind people, you know, the Danes were like, give Kiyoshima a bit of a chance. He's gonna go another one here. They don't need to fight him. That bomb is all the way down there. All they have to do is wait, and everything is gonna be just fine.
He's stepping all over the place. So he's checked out Cat now. He's looked at Long. He has to realize I've spotted the one guy. He's looking for the second one, though. He doesn't know that Freeze is playing in CT close. So that's what he has to be checking now. Well, he finds the kill. And if he actually lands this shot, Kiyoshima, this would be actually obscene. Still alive, 20 seconds. Bomb dropped, but he's picked it up now. And now he just needs to back out, and he gets caught out in the open. Great job there by Madi to just lock down that round for his team and get 2 kills in the pistol.
But that was much closer than it should have been. Once he picks up the bomb, there's obviously only one, well, I guess there's 2 ways out, but really you want to fall back and up into the bomb side, right? So as soon as they realized that, it should have been fairly easy there. Scary round, but it goes in favor of SK, and considering that they did lose Cadian in the very first 10 seconds of the round, pretty good turnaround for the Danish side, I think, to pick up that one anyway. And no surprise, they do this all the time, no matter who they're playing. Go for the pistol armor force up.
And lead with the bomb as well. NBK's got it right now. Only a single man on this B side. NBK taking quite a bit of nade damage, but they're just gathering up. Deep flash in. Just out popped in case somebody was holding close. That's not going to be the case. Maggie's Boy can still actually hold this, and he does manage to drop NBK in the end. That buys time for Cadian to rotate in, only to take a hail of bullets to the face, and Apex finds Maggie's Boy as well. So it will be the bomb plant on the B side. 2 guns picked up for Envy, and, well, SK, just like that, they've lost control of the situation.
Modi jumping down there, but Happy waiting in the middle. And he spots Freeze as well, and this is going to be all over here, isn't it? No chance at all. Freeze out of bullets, ends up going down, and that's going to be Envy picking it up. So, yeah, that flash that goes off here, pretty good stuff. I mean, I think it's meant to counter either people holding very close, but also people in the back lines here. They seem to almost have like a bit of control at one point there, but the fact that the smoke went up so that whoever came through the doorway here, I think that was Cadian trying to rush through, he couldn't do anything. He couldn't actually. He also got shot in the face and died.
Exactly.
But even if he hadn't, it would have been hard for him to help out.
He would have had to fully commit out into the open versus 2 to 3 guns. It wouldn't have ended well regardless. Maggie's Boy had to just be. You had to kind of like write it off and give them the bomb site at that point.
Yeah, classic Envy really. Just the speed and the confidence to make those buys all the time. Asilian getting a refrag there with the CSAT 75. Such a rare gun to see these days.
Yeah, it's still just as good. A little bit of a scary situation, though, because Asilian is real close to the bomb carrier. That was Kenny, who's got an AK. And Maggie's single AK headshot manages to take out Apex with the Huandig. And MBK is here. He's got that scout, and he decides to stay with it, even if there is an AK on the ground, and he lands the headshot. That's the kind of ridiculous stuff that you need to see. That's the confidence right there to make the play. And now that bomb is making its way towards the B site. Happy as well. They're going to group up and go charging in here. Asilian up close gets overwhelmed, and now B site belongs to Envy.
Happy still lurking down the middle. He's going to get found by Modi with a deagle headshot as well. So down to 2 versus 2. Bomb still not being put down yet. Freeze trying to make his way in. C set in hand. He goes down. Wondering why he couldn't have waited for Modi then. Maybe a bit of a slip up. Modi's going to take the 1 kill, and Kenny out in the open, and Modi to clean it up with a triple kill here. And SK going to bring the round back here. But surely Freeze could have waited a couple of seconds then.
Surely.
Wow. I would argue that he could have waited just a second with
Well,
the
that's
CSAT.
what, you know, the thing is, Anders. Freeze pushing drew the attention to B slope, and that's what allowed Madi to fully execute on that flank. There you go.
Maybe.
That's how it all worked out.
Maybe. I think it was probably just one of those intuition plays. I think if you asked Freeze, he would also say, yeah, you know, in a perfect world I wait, but I thought I could rush in and get that kill.
I believed.
Yeah, maybe he thought, I don't know. Maybe he thought they were putting down the bomb and he could cancel it or something.
Or maybe he just was trying to repeat the heroics from the last map. Trying to keep that fire alive, well stoked, hot, pure. Yeah, that's something. That's something to keep in mind as well. You know, it's always that battle to keep the confidence going, map after map, hour after hour, night after night, tournament after okay, I'll stop.
I was wondering how long you could keep going. Also, kind of like tuning out at the same time, just like mentally disconnecting myself.
It's like, please. But then, no, Anders, you realize I have no mercy.
You were going to keep going. All right, well, it's 2-1 here in SK. Again, off to a surprisingly good start considering the caliber of team they're playing here, but Asilian gets flashed and Apex going to open up. They're going to run back down long. Nice shot from Freeze. Gets the one, almost the second one. And BK up here with the scout in hand. He hasn't hit the shot yet, but he gets the headshot on them and he goes down. What a steal. And now they're a man down. They've got the bomb to fight as well, and they've got only a kit on Cadian, who is... yeah, he's in CT spawn here. It's going to be a little bit tricky.
What in the nine hells is that? The sheer confidence out of NBK, and he continues to challenge as well. Jumping headshot on Madi and Pit. That is not an easy shot to hit. NBK is still so crazy good with the scout.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That was a little bit dirty, wasn't it?
Yeah, boy. And well, Force 5 from SK, they refuse to give up. They're going to try and give Envy a taste of their own medicine. It's worked before. They can try and make it happen again. Oh, man, NBK, I'm still grinning, man. That's crazy. Two really nice shots to open things up on that A site and just lock it down.
I definitely think it's a good idea for SK to buy here. I mean, when you're playing a team this good, if you try and play like a slow and careful economic game, you know, Envy are not going to care about that. They will crush. So you have to like establish some sort of measure of respect, and either you win this round and you have a chance, or you don't, and there's a really good chance they take over this first half, and it's going to be tough. And right now, because of that loss over at the B-bomb site, they maybe would want to think about saving what's left here. I don't think they should be fighting too much right now.
Oh, Cadian loses his scout. That's just a little bit painful. Still surprised that they're making the same mistakes, though, leaving Upper Dark open like this for Envy. Three guys looking towards B slope. That's a free kill. There is a backstab coming in from Kenny, but again, he's alone with the AWP. He needs to land some big shots here. He lands the first one, shoulder peeks a second, and, well, he just makes it look so goddamn easy.
Trapped in a corner where there was almost no way to escape there. I mean, there's really, really not a lot of stuff to hide in back here. You can't really do a lot. Still makes it out, and that's going to be Envy winning and making it to a third round now. The money for SK is pretty much wrecked, which is also why, I mean, even if they had saved, they wouldn't have had a lot. So I just wanted to save the 4 armors and what little they had, and it wasn't enough. So now it's just Freeze with the AK. Against a double up setup and a lot more than that.
Yeah, this is where Envy are going to start losing what little respect they had for SK at the beginning of this. Double tag, no kill. But still, some good damage dealt to the B defense. Quite a few bodies moving across there, though, so that's something that Envy should have picked up on. There was no smoke to cover that, so SK put 2 guys over early, another one close, and a third. I mean, they have 4 people basically on the B side of the map right now. So Envy, they've shown some interest on the B side early, so you can understand why SK would want to maybe try and gamble a stack over here, especially considering it's a hard eco, more or less.
And me actually being surprisingly cautious in a round like this. I mean, they do tend to sort of bully teams, especially when they feel like they're better. But right now, they're taking a slow approach. Maybe they heard the news of NiP losing and they thought, we don't want to make a similar mistake. Or maybe they are worried about that round difference and they want to make sure they get absolutely everything out of a match like this one.
Well, this is where NBK starts to try and draw a little bit of attention over to the B side. Single flash isn't going to be that big of a deterrent, but Cadian taking a bullet to the side of the head, caught looking the wrong way, and then Envy, they made noise up on Cat. They drew the attention of SK up onto Cat, that rotation out. And well, now, Apex to open things up here on the B side. Magisk boy, his wand has been broken.
Freeze and Modi are left, and there's not really a lot they can do at the moment here. Just trying to see if they can maybe save this AK. Freeze picking up the 1 kill. A lot more are coming though, and he's going to end up going down to Kenny's AWP. So Modi hoping that someone would escape this way, but they won't.
No. Well, Guys, crap. I don't hear the bomb. When was that from?
I have no idea.
That can't possibly be going out onto the stream.
I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe our producer is screwing with us.
He's definitely screwing with us at this point.
NBK finds the kill, and he's the only one who actually hasn't killed anyone yet in that round, so it's a team ace. Good job there. 4 to 2 right now. 7th round is coming up. Double up, still alive. Freeze on the other side. He was really good at killing NiP members. He's been doing a decent job at killing envy members, but he's going to do more than that.
That giggle.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. You guys don't know, but right now it's like production are playing little voice clips of ourselves in our ears. It's just a little tricky. It's just a little tricky to like, you know, talk about the game when I can hear myself talking as well.
Yeah.
And I know I can't hear you. I can't hear you right now. Right, all right. So already the push, guys. Let's focus a little bit more up on the game here. And not what's happening in my headsets is making it very interesting. But Cadian is going to get a double kill to lock down that B slope push. And Envy, they still have 3 players alive. But with 2 ops, it's going to make getting into this B side a little bit more of a tricky situation.
Nice shot from Freeze to take down Happy. Trying for a second, missing that shot. It's 2 versus 4 right now, and it should be working out just fine. It's Kenny now. 1 versus 3. Picks up that shot on Cillian. Has the bomb. Running into the bomb side here. Even flashing him as they come out middle to buy more time. This is going to be annoying. If they lose this round on the SK side, that's going to be soul destroying.
He's doing it again, Anders.
They've got
flashbacks to Cobblestone. Freeze is going to try and make use of that AWP at long. Correct play for him. And Kenny is going to try and make that jump across. This is going to be Freeze actually trying to push out. There's the Tech 9 though in hand, and Kenny prepared for close quarters combat. He's ready for it. So it comes down to Maggie's boy, but Kenny has all of the advantage. He's going to be just barely making it into pit actually, but with the AWP now and the bomb planted for him, there's no hope here for Maggie's boy, and he realizes that he just doesn't have time. If he could have got that shot there, that would have been the key moment, but it's just not going to happen this time.
Yeah, not at all. We'll see if we can fix the audio issues in the meantime, assuming there are any. Very suspicious people. We've been working with Fragbite just a bit too much.
I think that, exactly, you know, now I'm like super suspicious of everybody because of Fragbite.
But
Cronquist, do you hear me?
What's this? I don't know. We'll just close everything. That should do it, assuming.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, we should be going back to the game. Hopefully, that will cancel out any issues and make it a 5-2 scoreline here. They saved the AWP, but that's about it. Things looking tricky right now for the SK lineup.
It's almost as if they're listening to flutes. But there's the first shot. Cillian going to miss the dig. No choice. He has to back off. Magus Boy did save that AWP, though, so we'll see if he can actually put that into use this round. He's going to be the key man here for SK Gaming, obviously, of course. And there's the shot. Kenny taking out a Cillian. So no deagle there. NBK will get a very long spray down onto Cadian, but gets the job done regardless. Nice pop flash to remove Modi from CT slope. And it's just kind of falling apart here. 1 player at a time getting picked off for SK Gaming. Magus Boy, close quarters. There's the flash. Misses the shot. Just gets swarmed, and then Kenny with the final kill. It just... When Envy get into this kind of dominant playstyle where they just seem to just swarm like an angry pack of baguette-wielding bees onto everybody one at a time, right? It's just like they just look like this well-oiled killing machine. A harvester of souls and baguettes.
And baguettes. I think MBK tried to draw a baguette on his signature for the last.
He did, and actually it would have gone through. He just did it too late. Apparently there wasn't enough time. Just like there's no more time for Modi. Actually, no, he has infinite time.
Yeah, in the afterlife apparently. So yeah, big kill from Kenny, who's really been waking up, and they do have the double up set up in place. But I mean, between Happy and Kenny versus Cadian and Freeze. I feel like the French are going to come out just a little bit on top of that one, though. Good shot from Cadian there to bring at least one down. That's a way back into the round, potentially, which they desperately need. I mean, SK needs such a good first half here to make this work.
Yeah, and it's just not really panning out for them at all. Mega's in a bit of a tricky spot, though. Really close to the entrance. MBK going to check, but it's not going to matter. Megas pulls the trigger first, gets that instant headshot. So very well done on his part, giving his team the man advantage. They actually have a fighting chance here, Anders, in this round, SK, if they can just keep their cool and not get picked off one at a time, not get caught out of position. Now you just need to hold the lines. Freeze, solid spot for him on A slope, looking towards Catwalk, and he can try and support his teammates in mid as well if it turns into a split. Cadian does spot Kenny, though. And that's pretty much going to be the kill that makes the difference in this round, I think. 30 seconds left here for Envy, and now they're getting flanked by Asilian.
Yeah, and a really great peek there. I mean, either way, Kenny would have gone down. He even landed one shot. Weird boost in the corner. I don't know what Asilian must have been thinking. Just to, I think, mess with Asilian. He's like, what are they doing? Why am I dying to this thing?
And they're actually going to chill out here.
Yeah. Not very Envy-like. I would imagine that they would have tried to fight. I mean, especially maybe as soon as they got that kill on the Asilian, just charge into the bomb site and put the bomb down, but...
Is Kiyoshima DC'd or something? Is he lagging? 'Cause he's just been facing the wall.
He is lagging. You called it.
Yeah? Yeah, he is. Okay. Because he was just facing the wall right there, so that's why I think it was a little odd.
Personally, I'm good enough to play with 400 ping, but I mean, I don't know about Kiyoshima, but I do just fine. In fact, I do a lot better. I just buy the P90 and nobody can hit me.
Exactly, man, you know. And besides, who cares about ping when you got aimbot?
Yeah, well... That too, right? Definitely helps.
Yeah, we're to pause, guys, now. Seems like Kiyoshima's fallen victim to, again, unstable internet. Sometimes in France, France is definitely like not one of the best internet providers, so sometimes, you know, this sort of stuff can happen.
Well, I share their pain. I know what it's like.
Yeah, it's just really surprising for Denmark. I mean,
yeah,
Scandinavians as a whole should be...
Plus, Denmark's a tiny country, like geographically tiny.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could just hire like a couple of people with spades and they could like dig down all the fiber in Denmark in a couple of weeks or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's easy. So easy.
So then why doesn't it happen? Bro, come on, get some of them Vikings out there.
It's literally because there's one ISP in Denmark that has a full monopoly.
Is that on the copper cabling? Is that it?
Yeah. So they sell copper cables to other companies, and because a copper cable can only hold so many connections, like parallel connections, and fiber cabling can hold a lot more, they lose money by, you know, selling fiber. So they don't. They say, fine, go on the copper wire instead. It's great. It's really annoying. What's really funny is I had a huge fight with them, and ended up threatening them by all sorts of things, and then eventually they said, all right, fine, we'll give you fiber network, and now I'm moving, so now we're going to have the same fight all over again. Good times.
You know, now at least you've figured out the right arguments. You're going to be able to nip it in the bud pretty quick, right?
Yeah, it turns out if you threaten to expose them...
You just have to be like, hi guys, remember me?
Yeah.
You're going to be like, not this guy again.
That is pretty much the plan. It's fun times, but really, I feel like I actually don't care very much at all for like a European Union at all. But if there was something that the European Union could like accomplish, it would be like, imagine if there was like a gathered like European fiber net that wasn't monitored by like weird governments, but just generally, if that was like a European goal, fiber net for the whole of Europe, yeah, that'd be good.
I mean, it's already monitored by weird governments, anyways, Anders. I mean,
regardless. It's true. It's true, but you know, maybe make that a priority too. It's not even. This is the worst thing about like that whole Snowden thing is that the crazy tinfoil hat people turned out to be right. I hate that so much that actually they had like a better like grasp of reality than everybody else. That's really annoying.
Well, you know, it's easier to just forget, Anders, or not pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not that panicked by it. You know, still. It's a bit weird.
Just stay in the matrix. Keep being a battery. I'm just waiting. Like, let's cut to the chase here, Envy. Just get next in here. You guys clearly need a hard carry on this map. I think that's the solution.
Yeah, you need some more game time as well.
I agree, man. That's the thing. You know, we're all talking about the future where it's going to be like 6-man rosters. there you go. You know, coaches, they're just there waiting in the wings for their chance, their moment to shine.
That's what I'm hoping for with Dignitas. That one day, you know, someone's going to be a little bit sick or they'll have an exam or something, and then Sonic's going to be like, I guess I could do it for all time, whatever, for all it takes.
Damn, I know why I retired now.
And as soon as he puts his hand on that mouse, you know, it's going to be like flashbacks. He's going to be like, you know, I remember what this MTW team was like and why. I mean, Sonic was literally at one point the best player in the world. So it's not for nothing, man. It's not for nothing.
I know. Everybody's really excited about Kogu as well.
Yeah,
you
me
were
too.
one of them.
Yeah, I've been leading the Kogu charge. No, I mean, realistically, the guy's been making like 7 comebacks within the space of like the last month alone. So I can understand why people are saying, let's just chill out for a bit, because he says this pretty much every week. But
yeah.
But I would very seriously. I mean, first of all, Thorin did a great video on Kogu and like his
basically
history.
What it boiled down to was this guy was the best opper in the world at one point.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
And if you go and look at like his videos, and even if you've never played 1.6, it's still worth looking at the videos, just because I mean you can tell the movement is a little bit different. All right.
Wait.
I see.
Who said, "Are you kidding me"? Who ripped your line off there?
I think we.
That wasn't you.
I think we pretty both said it at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, I think we both did it. I think it was like a simultaneous thing. Oh, they're having so much fun in production right now.
Kaden isn't having very much fun though. He just got tagged.
It's only the once though.
Wah, wah.
Just to finish that off, go and Google or YouTube Kogu frag videos. It's worth it.
Yeah, actually, I'd say if you want to enjoy it, go like Google Neo videos.
Yeah, that too. Kogu and Neo, check them out.
Yeah.
We're going into the 10th round now, and a lot is riding on this one, especially for SK, who've lost freeze already. And nice spray there from NBK with the follow-up or the flashbang to initiate that one. And the Magic Boy hiding in the corner, gonna go down to NBK. This looks like an easy round here for the Frenchman. 7-3 is inevitable just to stay within the Matrix theme there.
I mean, it seems like sometimes you get these pauses, sometimes it helps, but I think it hurts more than it helps because Envy are going to be a team that are going to be able to keep their cool and just come in all guns blazing, whereas SK, it seems like they cooled off. They were starting to get a little bit of momentum, being a little bit of a threat, and then that pause really just cooled them off to the point where they get railroaded like this.
It's just very hard in general to know what it takes to tilt the Envy team,
Yeah.
right? I mean, like they just seem to have all the confidence in the world.
Well, they have supreme, yeah, exactly. You win a major in dominant fashion. You know, I think that's going to be that big confidence boost for everybody involved on the team. Kenny and Apex winning their first major. NBK, Kyoshima, and Happy finally, after a year, winning their next one. I mean, winning second 2 majors. I mean, that's pretty sick, considering, you know, there's only Fnatic who can boast as much. Well, better, basically. Back-to-back majors for Fnatic, and 3 of them are 3-time major winners.
Makes you wonder what's in store for the next one.
Oh, yeah.
Apex there with a headshot on Modi, and they're charging into the middle here. SK trying to fight back against the Envy oppression. It's not working out too well right now. They did get a little bit of damage onto Kyoshima as well, but Kenny showing up for the party, and now it's down to Cadian here. 1 versus 4, trying to see if he can turn it around and get a little bit of damage in, and maybe a kill on Happy. It was close, but not quite close enough. And that is going to bring it to 8-3. And now SK finally with the money to buy once again, but this is turning into a sort of an ugly first half here for the Danes.
A bit of a one-sided affair, it seems. And, because this is all 100% confidence, really. Just kind of Envy walking around and taking fights, like hunting, actively hunting for fights. And they're just so consistent at hitting these tags. Like, nobody seems to be able to get over to the B side without losing half of their HP. That's so frustrating when you're on the CT side, because then you just feel like there's this additional pressure that's going to be put on your site. They know that they tagged you. They know that one guy is going to be weak on this site. And so that'll definitely, you know, give Envy a little bit more motivation to come and hit on this side of the map once the smokes get used up as well. And again, SK, they just don't have the money for full utility either, so it's constantly like, okay, how many nades can we actually use? That was a little disjointed, though.
Yeah, and Cadian taking on MBK, but Magic Boy's very low on health. Backup is coming, though, so they actually can't get to him. Nice rotation in here from SK. Now they just got to make sure they don't over-rotate, which they might be doing in the middle here. If a Cillian gets shot down from T-spawn or something like that, It's going to open up that A bomb site a hell of a lot more, but he's going to go and shoot Kenny in the back next in line, Kiyoshima, and that's going to be the round here. Good job overall. Almost an over-rotation, but it did work out, so can't blame them too much. A lot of money on Envy, though.
Yeah, and again, that's basically Happy, who kind of threw them for a loop as well. He was sitting back in T-spawn. He was waiting for the man to push Longhouse. So when that happened, the man gets repelled, but then, yeah, Cillian knows that he can start pushing around as well. Fun times. A little bit more of a give and take that round, but I think mainly kind of a gift from Envy initially because Apex, it was so disjointed with that push onto the B site. Fantastic shot there by Madi. Great flick onto Kenny, though, to start things up. So there we go. SK, they're starting to find themselves again.
But is it too late, Semler? I mean...
Is it ever too late, Anders, in a game of CS? Tell me that.
I mean, mathematically, no. As long as the other team doesn't have 16 rounds, it's still possible.
Spiritually, though?
Yeah, like, realistically, I feel like it's a different thing here. 8-4 is definitely... You can definitely make a comeback from the scoreline. If they finish 8-7 and win the pistol in the second half, then... You know, it's within the realm of reason at least, but it's still going to be very tough here. Up at the A-bomb site, Cillian winning the first fight there. Another two people are coming around the corner, and he's going to take down Kiyoshima. Really good job, I think, from Cillian in this round, but now bomb is going to go down, and Happy in the middle, no scoping Magic Boy, and it's going to be still a... Oh, a shot from NBK, it's the headshot, and now it's down to Freeze here. 1 versus 2, he's going to go for the straight defuse, but he doesn't have the kit. It's going to take forever, and Happy, grenade not going to kill him. That defuse has been going on for hours. Happy missing the shot, and Freeze, he's going to get the 10-second defuse. Happy getting the shot in the last, well, 1 second after the defuse goes through. That's a ridiculous round. That shot from NBK was... I don't know what that was.
That was so sick. That's why you don't see those guys jump so much. They don't go for full Cali because that can happen. A guy who's quick enough to land the shot,
but
you will get punished.
It was like the very, very top of his scalp showing. It wasn't like a full head. It was.
Where's the instant replay now?
We'll get it at some point.
I got it. Okay.
Ooh, Kenny already tagged up here, so, you know, things are changing. SK also winning some of these battles in the middle. I said that too soon as Cadian goes down, but at least they didn't get tagged crossing in. Yeah,
very clever boost, actually, to counter that smoke in mid. Give themselves an advantage there when they went for the peak, and now Envy have the man advantage. They're going to be pressing up Cat, and again, lone man there for Kiyoshima. Just going to take that fight, and then Madi peeks out, takes out Kenny, who's only on 6 points of health. So just like that, SK Gaming, they get two swift frags, and Cillian takes out Apex, goes for the jumping shot as well, and Happy's now the last man alive here for Envy. Just like that, they bring it right back under control for SK. Very well done so far. And we're seeing them actually start to chain some rounds together, Anders. Envy, though, they should still have enough money to go for a buy, just because of how much money they had at the beginning of the half. Round loss bonus means that I don't think that SK are going to be able to force them off of a buy anytime soon.
No, I think they're going to be able to put together something reasonable. They did have a pretty big bank on at least a couple of their players, so maybe a couple of drops coming in too. Happy here. Now in a 1 versus 4, and I mean, it's the 14th round. If he could save this AWP, it wouldn't be too bad, but Magic Boy's going to be there. And Envy, yeah, only really Apex hurting for money. I think MBK maybe a little bit. Now he's going to be all right as well. So, yeah, 8-6 here. 15th round is coming up.
Let's see it again, yeah. This is the NBK shot. So we see Happy go for a pretty nice no-scope. Boom! Yeah, that is so sick.
That happens way too quick.
That is like a pixel shot right there. Cadian must have thought he was, you know, scot-free.
Oh, look at Kenny, though. He's running in towards trying to get this early pick in the B-bomb site. He tries to flick. It's a triple AWP setup right now on the SK side. A good grenade rains out, but now the rest of the team here are charging in. Envy trying to get opening, and they're going to get the kill on Cadian, but there's still Magic Boy in here. He's got the return on 1. He has to do a lot more, at least another kill, but not going to happen. Freeze and Cillian, what could they possibly do here? Trying to get the flick headshot, and actually takes down Happy. It made a lot of sense for Happy to peek then.
Yeah, it did. That was just as close as you can cut it there for Freeze. Taking the one shot, reloading. Happy should have had him. Gets the dunk shot onto Kiyoshima as well. So a 2-on-2 retake now here going into the B side. SK Gaming, they have what they need. A couple of flashes to work with as well, but this time Kenny not to get caught unawares. He's watching Upper Dark as Cillian just walks right into his crosshairs, and Freeze just charges into his death. So it doesn't work in the end. And so we will be swapping over with a 9-6 scoreline at the end of the first half, and be coming out ahead with the 9 rounds. But that was very close to SK really, running it back and having a very solid first half. If they could have finished with 7 CT rounds, that would have been, a pretty formidable scoreline going into the second half here. But not meant to be. And so now, well, Envy, if they win the pistol round going into this, it's going to be pretty much lights out for the Danes.
I think that's an accurate assessment at this point here. I mean, they just are the better team. Envy, even though I think SK have been showing a different form tonight than they have starting out in this tournament.
Absolutely.
I mean, but they've also changed a couple of people around, and just generally, I feel like if you take the whole of SK's run in this tournament so far, you're gonna have like some weird peaks every once in a while, and maybe their overall like score at the bottom of the tournament here doesn't really reflect where they're at. Like I think they could beat some of the teams higher up. If they can beat NiP and do a little bit of damage here to Envy, how could they fare against people like Penta and Dignitas and stuff like that? I feel like it's possible for them to do a bit more damage, which they haven't showed us so far in the league, but it's based on these results. Kiyoshima up here, USP in hand, clicking a little bit, but not want to fight too much. Doesn't want to fight too much, and they're going to actually fall back straight away. There was a stack going on at the A bomb site, so this might have been a smart choice, but B is playing very defensively as well, and Kiyoshima wants more.
Yeah, and he does peek out. There's MBK. Great headshot onto Freeze to start. Happy will find one of his own on Cadian, and Flash doesn't really work out for Envy, but still they're getting the damage in. It's still a near perfect round, although as I say that, ESEA gets a double headshot, single-handedly cleaning up the B site. Unfortunately for him, Kiyoshima is so close, and Apex is right here to support him as well, and the bomb got dropped on the wrong side of the wall, so despite getting 2 kills, he's still got a lot of work ahead of him. If he could have got a bomb plant, he would have had something to work with, but now this shouldn't be a situation that Envy can lose.
Oh, jumping around in the background, a little bit less risky when there's only pistol on the other side, a little bit harder to hit that one USP shot mid-air. And they know he's in the site with 30 seconds left. They're even sneaking around back here. He's so completely trapped. No way out of this one for ESEA, and even though it would be so impressive if he ended up with an ace here. 8 bullets left, and they're going to go and charge him instead. And that'll be the round. 10-6 here. Just a great start from Happy and also from MBK.
MBK is just hitting those headshots, man. 18 frags for him. Entry fragging on T side. He just did so much work on the B site. And then strong start for him in the pistol round, getting a key frag on Freeze, who was the point man there, trying to run up the slope towards the B site. So, yeah, if NBK is doing really well for Envy, that's when you start getting worried. Again, a slow map here for Apex. Cobblestone, we didn't really see him kind of tear away with anything. I mean, he was in the mid-teens by the end of it. And then here on this map as well, they try and line up, and they do a pretty good job of it here for NBK. They want to, they want to keep making him look good. So they decide to run in single file, and he gets to use that P90.
Not at all bad. Apex will go down in the middle, yeah. That Tech 9 close range is ridiculous. Bit of a shame, actually, because if he could have got that flashbang off like half a second earlier, he maybe could have got 1 kill with the SMG. That would have given him some money to work with. Now instead, 11-6 scoreline, and this is just, I mean, not looking good right now for SK.
This is where it starts getting out of hand. Sitting on 2,000, so SK, they're going to fall prey to even more SMG kills here in this round, perhaps. Apex decides to just sit on a 5-7. He doesn't need to really reinvest too much in this round. But an MP7 on Kenny, a P90 on NBK, bit of an HE into Longhouse, but SK, they're wise. They wait out the HE, deep flash in, but then they just try and run through the bottleneck. They will eventually remove Kiyoshima, but he does great damage, getting 2 kills, weakening another, and ESEA is now easy pickings here for Kenny, who just goes charging in. He wants that money.
Oh, they're almost shooting each other right now. ESEA gonna get 1 and 2. Oh god, and they knife as well. Happy dying. What is going on? Now it's down to NBK on the other side of that wall. ESEA gonna put up the smoke here. This is some ridiculous stuff. I mean, that was just pure greed from Envy. Ends up walking into the shot there, ESEA, but that was just basically greed.
Disrespect is what that was, Anders. It's like, you come into our hood, you want to take a fight with us? We shank you, man, if you do that. I was about to say something a little bit more racy, but there you go.
12-6.
You gotta be careful on ESL streams, man.
Gotta be careful on the internet in general, man.
Very true, very true.
Living in a dangerous time. Especially in gaming, you know.
But, at least, well, I mean, This is, I mean, Envy still, they have a habit of doing this. You know, when they get ahead against a team that they don't respect, they tend to you know, take their foot off the pedal and relax a little bit more, go for plays like that where they just try and run at the last guy and shank him. But remember that round difference is getting counted in this group phase, so if you're ahead in a map, you want to keep it that way. You don't want to be gifting any free rounds away. So the fact that they lost 4 people in that last round, that was way too expensive, especially considering it was pretty much a hard eco from SK Gaming. So Envy, they are playing a little bit of a risky game with their economy right now, doing that.
Yeah, absolutely true. Apex winning an interesting fight in the middle in the beginning of this round against Cadian, because Apex was actually sort of strafing back and forth when Cadian comes in, and that actually means a lot of the time you'll be at a disadvantage, especially if it's an AK on the other side, because that AK player gets to sort of crouch into position, has a lot better recoil going than you will, but still worked out pretty well for him, just sort of managed to strafe into a headshot, and we'll see Kenny covering Catwalk right here. Got to be very careful. Freeze is sneaking out on the other side, and they're going to send one man running out. Really good communication here from SK, which was actually lacking earlier, but look at this spray. Apex takes 1, and Freeze picking up another kill here. Still 3 versus 3.
Still control of long, though. This is the key point right here. Happy pushing up on the edge of this smoke. He wants to go for a counter smoke, actually, so he's going to try and create a little bit of room to move with. NBK gets caught, but he does take 1 man with him, and it is going to come down to him as the last man alive, only half HP, and this is the problem, the shenanigans from the last round. Him getting that kill, actually, though, makes this a bit more interesting. Catches Asilian out of position. He's trying to go for the quick walk up onto Cat, but there's just not enough time for him here to go for the win. And yeah, that's a bit of the issue, right? It's just the fact that he can't challenge. He can't really take the risk of going for it because their economy is so low after the last round.
Oh, but MBK still finds that kill. And is he gonna? Yeah, steals the AWP. This is, I mean, making the absolute most out of it. Shows you what kind of player MBK is. 24 kills, and even though he's in a 1 versus 3, gets all 3 of them, denies that AK or that AWP. And look at the money right now for SK. They win the round, but all they have is AKs, 1 Galil, 1 P90, and almost no grenades.
And this is just a quasi-buy out of Envy as well. MBK goes for the scout. I don't mind that. We've seen what he's capable of so far. The other guys go for Deagles, and then he hands that AWP over to Kenny. Great choice. It's going to be Apex up close, goes for the shots, but he's not going to get it. And nobody was in, well, as I say that, Kenny rotates into position to get the follow-up kill onto Asilian. Has to be careful, though. They're grouped up right here in lower, and SK Gaming are looking to pounce, but that smoke timing goes down. They might be a little bit leery about pushing through here. In fact, they are going to go for it. Surprise! Happy's here! And he just goes to work, gets 2 kills.
A very good job indeed, but Magic Boy and Muddy are still left here. And Kyoshima, who's no stranger to the Deagle either, he's going to try and see if he can make his way up. Steals an AK along the way here. No bomb plant yet. See if he can actually get the timing down right. He's going to hear the plant and wants to see if he can get in there quick. Now they know exactly where he is. And he's got a very, very bad position at the moment. It's very hard for him to get through this window.
No Kevlar either. He wants to get lucky with a lucky wallbang headshot, basically, but they aren't giving it to him. Magic Boy is playing it well. Finds the headshot, crouch peek into that angle. And so SK Gaming, despite Envy's best hopes, or, well, I mean, Happy's best efforts, double shots. If he could have got the triple as well, that would have been just insane. Envy could have won that round had he got the triple.
Yeah, probably.
Still, a nice double there for Happy in mid. Some good damage, and, well, another round of eco coming up here for Envy.
So 12-8, and SK are slowly but surely closing the gap here, and again showing us that they can wrestle a bit with some of the really good teams here. I think that's good news for the team, and if not for some of the players that are doing a really good job right now. Cadian playing a dangerous game, but also a little bit bold, just picking up the SMG against Envy, something that they themselves would love to do, getting 2 kills for it.
Yeah, Happy punishes him for that. He's even going for the follow-up challenge as well. Thought for a second there. I think he tagged the Asilian. So that makes it a little tricky. They're going to be backing up, changing up, and man advantage here for SK. They've got the weapon advantage as well, so this should definitely not be a round that they lose. But 3 Deagles, Happy still alive, Kyoshima still alive, and Kenny with the God tier aim. It's always going to be a threat.
And a bit of a swap, putting the AWP on Asilian, who is a little bit low on health, so it makes sense keep him a little bit further back down towards that pit. So the rest of the team moves up. Nice shot from Kyoshima, getting the 1. And looking for a bit more than that. That drops the bomb as well. 40 seconds. And Magic Boy with a nice headshot. So all on Happy, and that AWP is still pretty valuable to them. Or Scout.
Does he actually go for the jump scout here? Ooh. He hits the shot. He's still going for it. Happy is insane. He actually gets that shot, the first one with the scout.
Oh man, yeah, you could tell he wanted to do it with the deagle as well. He's just having a fun time right now. But you gotta wonder if the fun is gonna come to an end at some point here. 12-9. I'm getting a bit curious about this because Envy's economy, they're playing the CT side, so a lot of that strength that they usually draw on the terror side of getting the pistol armor and stuff is so much more difficult to do when you're on the CT side. The economy works very differently, and you can't just keep stacking up the money like you can on terrorist side by putting down bombs and stuff like that. So, yeah, maybe time for Envy to try and kick it into a high gear here.
We'll see if they're, I mean, if any team is capable, I think they are. They haven't let it get to the point where it's like tied up 12-12, or even if, you know, SK are ahead. So there's additional pressure on. There's still plenty of room to work with here for Envy. That smoke going down. They're gonna have that pop. Not ideal, but still the damage is there. Apex gets a double spray down before Freeze can lay him low. And that drops the bomb very close here on Cat. Kiyoshima instead is going to be the one trying to play some games now. Goes for the follow peek, spots the first man, but doesn't realize that Magic's Boy's playing at the top of mid.
Yeah, and he wasn't blinded by that flashbang. Happy is completely alone in the middle. He has to get a bunch of kills here. Sees the shadow, but just completely fluffs that shot, and Moddy's going to be able to take him out. So now it turns back in favor of SK right now. MBK getting close to the middle, and he was flashed for a second, but Moddy still hands that shot, and now Kenny all on him. He gets the one shot in. The crossover hits Magic Boy as well, and now Freeze is on the other side. Kenny picking up an AK instead. Freeze is going to run, and I can't really blame him. He's just seen the destruction that's been dished out here by Kenny S, and they're going to make it closer here. Got the AK up, another grenade rains in. Freeze trying to get back behind the big box, see if Kenny can actually make it through in this 1 versus 3.
Oh, good gods, and the steps are there. Kenny thinks that he's lurking in the smoke right now, but Freeze is playing it safe from the big box. And not sure if Kenny's spotted him yet. He certainly hasn't. So there's the element of surprise now for Freeze. There's going to be one attempt here. He's got that kit, but Freeze instantly peeks, removes Kenny, despite the 2 godlike shots that he landed. Well, the first one was all right. First one was average. But the second one, that flick, you see it coming as well. You're just like, Kenny's going to hit this. The first one is there, but then the second one, you're just like, don't jump. Man. So fast. Just so ridiculously fast. I
mean, that's what we've come to expect from Kenny, and it's always impressive anyway when you see it. You're always a little bit, you know, just awe-shock almost. So now, 8th round is coming up here off the second half, and a bit of a pause coming into it. 12-10.
We've lost Kiyoshima again.
I lost Kiyoshima.
The last time that this happened, though, Envy started stacking some rounds again. So, depending on how long this pause is going to be, this could be pretty frustrating for SK Gaming. But it seems like it was a fairly quick one. Kiyoshima able to just jump right back into the server. Let's see if we'll be able to relaunch the game here if things are good. If things are Gucci. Are they Gucci, Anders? I don't see a high ping on them, so maybe.
I would classify we're within the Gucci realm at this point, I think.
What was that song? Gucci Mane? It's like, yeah, you know that guy? Gucci Mane, one of those singers. He has this like yellow Lamborghini or something. I can't remember what it's called.
I have no idea.
I don't know, man. It used to be my hype song. I'd play that in hotel rooms. Just be like, yeah, you know, getting pumped for a day.
I might recognize it or hear it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this is just like a case where it's just gonna have to be like YouTube it and click around until you find it again. Somebody's gonna tweet at me. Tweet at me if you know it.
I've been like on a really weird nostalgia trip lately. I've been listening to like old Take That songs. Yeah, like just to try and remember, like, because I had like some conversation with someone and someone said, wasn't that Take That song? And I thought, I can't remember anything but like 1 or 2 of their hits, and I thought, can I remember them if I hear them? So then I started like listening to like different ones just to test out if like, you know, if it like connected with something in my mind. I was like, oh yeah, all right. So I don't know. That's been the past, you know, couple of days for me. Don't know why. It's just a thing, like a science experiment almost with my own brain.
Yeah, I was flipping out because I found out that Godspeed You Black Emperor played in Stockholm, and I had no idea. And I used to listen to them a lot. So
when
I was furious.
Oh, like, you couldn't. It's already passed.
Yeah, it's already passed. It was like a week ago. A friend of mine worked the lights. He does lights for stuff like that, and he was just like, they were so Canadian because like they're really dark and like, you know, like it's like this very morose kind of style that they have going on. But then you meet them in person and it's like, you know, you feel like they're just gonna start handing out, you know, maple syrup and just, hey, you know, because they're all Canadians, just like really nice Canadians.
Look at this shot.
Yeah, this is just
He's made it past.
ridiculous.
He's made it past and he still dies.
Gucci made Lemonade. That's it. That's it. Thank you, guys. Lemonade. That was the song, Anders. You know what? When we're back at the hotel later, I'll play it for you.
All right, I'm down.
Oh, okay. So they can't. Actually, that is going live on the stream. I see. Background voice clips are hilarious. Right.
Good job. We
I'm
got
glad
trolled.
you guys are enjoying it.
I feel like it's only going to take like a little bit to like tilt me completely, and then it will just start raving about weird things. Things even weirder than Take That. Well, Modi quick into pit here. This is a very fast push coming out from the SK side. Maybe realizing that Envy don't really have a lot to fight back with. I mean, the problem with pushing long in a rifle round is you're going to run into HEs and Molotovs, so you don't really want to do that. If you think they're going to be echoing like Envy are, well then, just go for it. And that's what they're doing right here. Smokes to cover it. Molotovs and HEs to rain in as well. Still a pretty big stack going on this bomb site here. 3 members of Envy, but no chance for them to do anything. Completely shut out of the round.
Yeah, this is a decisive round. Very well done here by SK. This is the kind of round that's going to build some confidence for them, and that is going to be key, because going into the next round is when Envy are going to be equipped again, and that's where life gets a little bit more difficult here for SK. So they need to have that confidence going into it, and that buffer regarding the money. So a very solid anti-eco, perfectly done here by SK. Allows them to have a little bit of a buffer as far as the money is concerned. Envy can't just wipe the board with them now. It's going to be a little bit harder for the Frenchmen to get the job done. But yeah, we have all of the money, and I'm kind of surprised not to see... Well, to see that they didn't go for a double up on Envy's side. Would have expected Happy and Kenny to be, playing a little bit of a game here between the two of them.
Yeah, that's usually a very powerful thing to pull out. Something a lot of teams will do, especially at the end of a game if they start to feel like it's getting a bit too much. So not sure if they just remain confident and feel like it's not really worth it, but I would have liked to have seen that as well from the Envy side here. Now they're only leading by 1 round. The Danes have really made it back, and we've got to give them a lot of respect. They win 5 rounds in a row on the T side of Dust 2 against Envy. They beat NiP earlier on Mirage in a pretty convincing fashion as well. So yeah, just some good talent here. I mean, it's some of the same people doing well. Cillian, I think, woke up a bit more, but Freeze still doing pretty well. So
yeah, just good consistent work.
Yeah.
You gotta love it though. It's like these guys are dead last in the group, no hope at all, but they're still fighting to just wreck people, right? Just to wreck. Oh, Envy, you wanted to go to the LAN? Oh, you're right on the edge in 4th position. Oh, yeah. Well, that's not gonna happen. If Envy lose to SK, so that's one of the biggest upsets of the tournament.
What's happening,
and Apex? Are you for real right now, Apex? Come on, this is not his night.
Well, that was just a bit silly. He just decided to walk into the corner and stay there, and Happy trying to bring it back. He's going to get the double kill. MBK in the back lines here, still staying alive, and he has to stay alive a bit more. No reason for him to fight. His teammates are going to be coming any second, and MBK, he does go down to Cillian here, so now it's 2 versus 2, 2 versus 1 now. Cillian all alone. He's been playing so well this map. He has to do a lot more in this round. 18 seconds left. He has to go and get a kill really quick. He can't try and plant the bomb down. He has to fight first, and as soon as he pulls the trigger, they know where he is. He goes for the kill. Kills 1. Now 9 seconds, 8 seconds. He fights again. Kenny's up in that hole, but only 5 health left. Cillian, he's out of time. Oh no, he can't win the round. Gonna go into it here, and Kenny gets a shot on him as well. So close there, but not going to be working out. So now 13 to 11 here, and like Apex dying in this corner. Obviously, he's standing in here, and the Molotov must have went down, and he just thought, I'll ride this one out.
I literally thought that it would happen with like half a second left there. That he would just hit like some random headshot on Kenny and like win the round with half a second left. That was really close. That was very well played by Kenny. Just realizing how much time was left on that clock. Well, Apex, he redeems himself somewhat here in this round. He starts off strong, taking out the 1, gets a second one as well after a flash comes in from a teammate. And now Envy, 2 for 1, baby. Madi and Cadian. And then Happy to pick off Freeze at top.
Oh, they just lined up for him. They were like, they realized Apex was going ham in the pit. They were like, sound the retreat. Oh, never mind.
Right? They're trying to back out. Kenny was like, there is no escape from my magic stick.
This is so good, isn't it? They're bumping into each other.
Wow. And there's...
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a little painful.
14 to 11 right now. Moving into the very late stages of this game, and with only 2 rounds for Envy to win. But that's not the big problem. It's part of the problem. But the really big problem is that if SK lose this round, they'll have no money to try and fight, right? So they will end up losing, at least partly just because they won't have the weaponry to continue to try and do it here. That kind of round is devastating.
Yeah, this would be heartbreaking. A heartbreaking way to end it for SK. Just getting atomized in that last round. Kenny starting off here. Apex will get overwhelmed in the end. And so now it comes down to Kenny just staying alive, but he's going to be able to pick off Madi. Not going to hit the flick, but he's still here. I mean, just, again, stay alive. He's got the rotation coming in from his mate. NBK's jumping around on the box like a kangaroo. No, that's Happy. And the smoke is going to be able to go down, but there's still a man alive here in the pit. But as I say it, Kiyoshima falls to Magi's boy, who only had a dig. So a 2-on-2 situation now. Definitely a bit too close.
There's a really good positions right now being picked up as well here. Magic Boy down in pit, Cadian with the bomb plant up there, so they should be able to cover each other just a little bit. Cadian just needs to fight very much, but he kind of gets picked off by NBK, and that will be a big problem. And NBK just stole a smoke as well, and that smoke is going to make life very hard. Even if he knows the angle, it's so hard to guess exactly where people are sitting in. Well, he doesn't even get a chance here. That's going to be 15-11. Good retake, though, from Envy.
And it works out perfectly that NBK had the kit. So it's just like, no way. You know, Happy, all he has to do is just buy time for his mate and that defuse.
Yeah, but, I mean, the fact that they pick... I think he ran, like, there was a smoke around here somewhere. The fact that he just randomly picks that up is so big as well. That makes a really big difference.
And it totally changes the situation. Cadian getting knocked off pretty quick there on the side as well. Certainly didn't help. Now we go into it, ladies and gents. Envy on match point. They've got 4 of them to close out this map. Get the job done. SK Gaming, they put up one hell of a fight. And they're not done yet. 4 rifles, decent nades, Tech 9 on Asilian. And now we have to see, can they actually find something here in this round?
You see these smokes being put down from the jump script.
Those are jump scripts?
Yep, and they've become. I actually tested this during the last major. They've become super popular amongst like a bunch of the top teams that weren't using them 1 or 2 majors ago. There's been like a real upswing in jump scripting.
Yeah, this is true.
Which is perfectly legal. Just to point this out.
Crying shame.
Crime chain, legal.
Crying shame.
NBK. Oh, actually, Modi's gonna get the 1 kill in there, but it's all on Asilian now. 1 versus 3. SK trying to make the most of this, but it's going to be very tough indeed with a bomb all the way up in upper dark. This is not going to be a fun time for Asilian. He's going to walk in, side face turn, then ends up going down. That's going to be the round here and the match in favor of Envy. Somewhat predictably, but I think SK showed us some cool stuff anyway here.
I agree. We kind of went into this night expecting some pretty one-sided matches.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you look at the standings, the current standings, SK Gaming, we've casted a lot of their matches in this group phase. They've always just really seemed to struggle. So when you're going up against the likes of NiP and Envy, you're kind of expecting a one-sided affair. The fact that SK were able to get an upset tonight versus NiP and then put up one hell of a fight versus Envy, that's what we're talking about. That's progress. Love to see that from SK because, you know, the likes of Cadian, me, Freeze, Madi, you want to see those guys do well. And you would also just like to see there be 3 solid teams coming out of Denmark because right now it's kind of like the playground of TSM and Dignitas. You know, SK are just like nipping at their heels, but if they could, you know, grow those fangs in a little bit, start taking a real hunk out, that would be awesome. Yeah,
and there are some people who are not even really in play right now. I mean, Config is out there somewhere. Obviously left his SK team, right?
Man. And that's a shame. I felt like he had a crazy aim that game.
Yeah, but I mean, so that means probably there. I mean, I haven't heard any rumors, but I'm just probably there will be some sort of like roster switch up at some point because I mean,
might happen over the holidays, I imagine.
Yeah, like if you have 5 people and you feel like things aren't going too well, but there's literally nobody else you could pick up that would be better, then like it's very hard to make a roster change. But if the Danish scene has like too many people who are freelancers, then it's tempting for everyone else to say, okay, let's try this guy out, see what happens.
Sure.
I mean, some people on some teams, like I would say AC on Danish House is also just like wildly outperforming the team sometimes. Like sometimes he's just so good, you think, whoa.
A guy drops like what 37 frags on a map and they still lose.
Yeah. So I mean, there's some stuff like that.
Dignitas. What are you doing? You have to be there for your boy if he does that. That's like some Titan and Kenny level stuff right there, man. Yeah, but I mean, it's hard. It must be hard for the team. It could also be that they've become very good at setting him up for it. But then also, I mean, this is good. It's because it has to keep you have to maintain your motivation. Then if you're on a top team, if you want to keep that spot, look at what happened with Zipnix, where there were rumors flying all over the place that he was going to get replaced. Those rumors come out. All of a sudden, we see him just go straight back up again. Motivation. reignited, and he's just turned into this absolute monster support player.
Yeah, definitely stepped it up a lot.
Denmark is actually the most interesting one, where it used to be Sweden. When Sweden, it was like Fnatic, NiP, LGB, all three of them real threats. And
I guess at the end of the year, we'll see how crazy things are going to be like. It could be wild as well.
Scandinavia is going to be crazy.
If you've missed anything tonight, then please go and check out the Score Esports and download the application on iOS or Android, and you can keep up with a bunch of tournaments right there. Also articles and everything else esports related. So definitely go and check that out, guys. And that's pretty much it. We don't have anything else for you guys tonight. Tomorrow, we do have a bunch of games, though. Don't know if we have the schedule. Of course, we've got wonderful producer Matt doing all the work here. It's NiP and Mouse Sports. That's going to be a fun game, I reckon. On Mirage as well. It's a map that Mouse Sports play pretty well, and NiP maybe not so much. Then we've got Titan and Virtus Pro, Mouse Sports and Virtus Pro, Mouse Sports and Fnatic. We've got 3 Mouse Sports games. I love it. I love Mouse Sports.
I know you're going to be just going.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Long, aren't you? Okay. I'm going to have to take a few deep breaths. But
and no cobblestone.
Tough to say. All of these teams, like tomorrow night is going to be a very interesting night.
Yeah.
Because all of these teams, they still have a very slim chance, right? We're starting to get into the middle of the pack. It's the top 4 teams in the group that are going to be moving on to the LAN. So we're starting to get into like the middle of the pack of the guys who are just nipping at Envious's heels. Envy are sitting on 7 losses, but then Titan are sitting on 8 losses, VP on 9 losses, Ninjas in Pajamas on 10 losses. So they're pretty much
getting close.
But Mouse Sports have 8 losses, right? Like this is the thing. Like these teams, if they play it right, they could all have a legitimate chance at taking that 4th spot.
Round difference as well is close. So if it turns into a big tie, we'll see.
So tomorrow night, this is going to be a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah.
Mouse Sports as well are always entertaining.
And I think tomorrow we're starting at 6 instead of 7, if I'm not mistaken. Did it say that?
Actually, I don't know. I didn't notice the time. I thought it was 7. I thought it was 19 all 3 nights.
Was it?
It's 7.
It's 7.
Yeah,
I'm just making things up.
Yeah.
Be here at 6 anyway, just be prepared, you know.
So we got to go to the carnival.
Mentally. That's true.
Get your priorities straight, bro.
Carnival, you're right. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for tonight. Hope you had a good evening. Tune back in tomorrow at 7 Central European Time for the ESL ESEA Pro League right here on the channel. Sam and I will be here, and we'll have a lot of Mouse Sports games and also some Virtus Pro in there as well. Should be good times. Yeah, so we'll be back then with more Counterstrike.